Davin Mojica and Sean Alvarez, can you meet the president of the GVFL over at the Eagle Bench, please? Did you find his music?
Remind them they can catch it live on the website. GVFL. Guahan Varsity. Yeah, GVFL.
How do you get out of here? What's his music theory?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Joey, can you come here for a minute?
I'll let you know, okay? Yeah. So Fred, don't start earlier than 7, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so because we advertise it at 7. Okay. So let us go on the air and then you can start.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Switch, we're on.
What's that?
Recording already. Don't switch the Don't switch the live. I'm recording already.
Oh, I want to switch to live.
When you're ready. Not now. I'm recording until the music.
You got about 8 minutes, okay? 8 minutes.
Yeah. I needed to know how to get his playlist.
Okay, everybody on
I don't know how to
headset?
get his playlist.
Emma?
No, he said no.
Emma, are you on? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, no, and mask. That's what you wanted.
Look towards the grandstand.
Hey, you want to do it, Lenny?
Emma.
Hey, then we gotta do it then. Hey, Toph, Carlos, I gotta do the announcement of the teams.
Okay, do it right at 7 so we can put it on the air. Yeah. Hey Vince, can you run down to
We
Emma?
got some technical issues that we're dealing with. We'll be kicking off at exactly 7 o'clock. Just stand by. We're getting everything
Vince, go
cleared.
check on
We'll kick
Emma's,
off at exactly
headset.
7.
Emma, can you hear me? You can, okay, you got the volume, you can turn up your volume a little. Okay, tell Vince you're good. I told Vince to come down there. Just write it down. Yeah. All right, so good, you're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. All right.
Starting. Not just playing, he's starting.
Now, everybody turn on all their microphones.
Oh, really? Mom, LG? His
I
mom?
want everybody to turn on their microphones only when you're going to talk.
I got it. They don't want us to start till 7 exactly. Introduction and everything.
Okay, we're 6 minutes away.
Yeah, we figured it out. So I need it because I need your music on here.
So, Fred, when we, excuse me, Fred, when we go on the air, can we turn off the music? When we go on the air,
so game time is slated for 7, and so everything will kick off at 7. So just stand by. We're 5 minutes and counting.
Okay, we're 5 minutes away. We're going on internet time, which is 5 minutes away.
Hey, where's Tim Shaw?
This will play up until. This will take us up to 7.
Huh?
This will take us up to 7.
Cool, thank you. Okay, we've got 3.5 minutes.
Hey, is Tim's not doing it anymore?
Tim is not doing it.
I don't know. Did he?
You need Tim up here?
Yeah. Just because I mean I'm gonna go live, but then he's gonna be commenting. I don't know if he.
Yes.
Probably downstairs shaking hands.
Tim Shiroma to the press box, please. We're going live in 3 minutes. Tim Shiroma to the press box, please. We're going live in 3 minutes.
Yeah, Robbie's on his way up.
Eric, just let people know when they cross, they gotta lean down, okay? All right, we're 2.5 minutes away. That guy is in the shot, Robbie. Yeah. You gotta. Yep. That's a good position, Robbie. Are you streaming already? As far as I know, yes. Streaming already. Huh? As far as I know, it's streaming.
Oh, he's back there. Yeah.
Super low.
He'll be up here when the game starts, so he'll be.
Okay, we're 2 minutes away.
You give me the signal when you want to start.
Okay. Get at 2 minutes after 7. Give Robbie just a little time, and then I'll leave. So Robbie, we're not gonna go commercial break.
Okay.
Right after you do your thing, do it for about 2 minutes, and then let's join Fred or whatever, however you want to do a transition. Okay? All right, here we go. All right, we're 1 minute and 15 seconds away. Here we go. We're gonna go to camera 1 first. Vince, give
I'm
me
just
a little
gonna-
wider shot, Vince.
I'm just gonna keep talking until Fred starts calling the teams out.
Wider shot. That's
When
good.
Fred
Right
starts
there.
calling the teams out, I'm gonna
I don't want
cue the
to,
cut to
build
Emma
up.
or whoever.
Yep, right there. Zoom in a little. That's good. I like that. Here we go. Okay, stand by. 45 seconds.
You want me to speak first, then you want me.
Here we go. Stand by. Eric,
All
ready?
right, 45 seconds to air, guys. 45 seconds to air. Let's go.
Here we go. Stand by to cue
Look live.
Eric. Stand by to cue Robbie. Here we go. 30 seconds. Stand by. It's okay, Vince. Hold on. Here we go. 15 seconds. Go. You're okay for now. Don't worry. Yeah, here we go. 15 seconds. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Cue Robbie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the broadcast, the GSPN broadcast. We are live here at the Hal Shiroma football field, getting ready to tackle down the GFL GVFL, championship game between the Silver Raiders and the Island Eagles. The story has been for the past week or so, the teams have been getting healthy, preparing for this championship game, and they're getting ready to put on a show for you tonight. And big sponsors to IT&E for putting all this together. We're here to broadcast the game live through its entirety. So the team is getting ready to kick off now. We'll join them shortly, and of course, I'll be joined shortly on this broadcast by the PRO of the league, Mr. Tim Shiroma. So little backstory is the teams have been practicing for the past couple of weeks. They had last week off to rest because of Easter Sunday, and now the team, for the most part, is healthy, getting ready to put on, like we said, a show for you today. The Eagles and the Silver Raiders. We're going to join them very shortly on the field. They're going to announce starting
Good
introductions.
afternoon,
And
ladies
let's go ahead and join them right now.
welcome to beautiful House Angels Memorial Football Field. They're getting ready to watch the 2017 Budweiser Football League matchup in the championship game hosted by the Guahan Varsity Football League between the three-time defending champion Raiders taking on your Island Eagles. Before we announce the starting lineup, we want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Ambrose Incorporated, proud distributors of Budweiser beer, the king of beers, and the official beer of the Guahan Varsity Football League and the Budweiser Football League. And now, as I call your name, please proceed out to the 45-yard line. For the Island Eagles, number 0, Gavin West. Number 1, Kelvin Coney. Number 2, Justin Smith. Number 4, Keith Server. Number 5, Gage Tovis. Number 6, CJ Tovis. Number 7, Zach McCarthy. Number 8, Jeffrey Warfield. Number 9, Raymond Cruz. Number 10, Tevin Hudson. Number 11, Derek Mitchell. Number 12, Jeffrey Lemtiaco. Number 13, DeRay Davis. Number 14, JT Thurman. Number 15, Joe Terlahi. Number 16, Brian Mantor. Number 17, Chase Benefield. Number 18, Daniel Mojica. Number 19, Josh Borja. Number 21, Ashton Adams. Number 22, Ty Taylor. Number 23, Keith Castro. Number 24, Travis Heron. Number 25, Calvin Sims. Number 26, Kevin Alvarez. Number 29, Frankie Johnson. Number 33, Curly Chandler. Number 34, Brandon San Augustine. Number 36, Marcus Chu. Number 38, Chris Santos. Number 44, Justin Beneventi. Number 45, Jesse Flickinger. Number 50, Torian Chavez. Number 51, Ace Lambert. Number 52, T. Worthy. Number 55, Marvin Colbert. Number 58, Thomas Barnett. Number 66, John Guerrero. Number 69, Manny Cruz. Number 81, Keith Novak. Number 84, Dave Anderson. Number 85, John Pillsbury. Number 86, A.V. Butler. Number 88, Evan Tapasha. And number 99, Joel Lee. We'd also like to, and the rest of the Island Eagles, head coach by Danny Cepeda. We'd also like to acknowledge the defensive MVP for the 2017 Guam Varsity Football League, number 29, Frankie Johnson from the Island Eagles. And now, introducing your three-time defending champions of the Budweiser Football League, en masse, your Raiders. I'd like to acknowledge the defensive MVP, or the offensive MVP, Danny the Man Manabusen, and their head coach, Richard Cuddalesi. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem and the Guam hymn, sung by Salome Westling.
That's good, Cole. A little wider, Emma. That should go all the players. Yep. That's good. I'm on, Eric.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we sai matunanya gitoro para iona, para y gloria, o viva y es la para y honra, para y gloria, o viva y es la para todo y tiempo y paz para hika dangin inilangit na bendition contrite peligro na fan sufferham Zeus protei Island one contra peligro na fan sufferham Zeus protei Island one.
All right, big round of applause for Solomon Wrestling. Gentlemen, shake hands. Let's get ready to roll.
All right, thanks for joining us. We're back here live at the Hal Sharoma football field, getting ready for some Guahan Varsity Football League action, the final game of the season. The Silver Raiders and the Island Eagles getting ready for the coin flip. We're going to get ready for the coin flip, but beforehand, I'd like to introduce my co-commentator tonight, Coach Jacob Dowdell. Coach Dowdell, you're no stranger to football here on the island.
No.
And you've seen, and I'm sure spectated a lot of these guys play throughout the season. So, the big thing, I guess the big topic heading into this championship game was the health of the teams. The first time these teams met, 7-6, the Silver Raiders won it by 1 point. But meeting with both teams in the week, talking about practice, they said that, it just feels good to have a healthy team for the most part in the championship game, especially the Eagles. So they said that the team that played in the regular season is not going to look the same as the team that played tonight. Speaking as a coach, when you have players coming back from injury, playing for a team for the first time, how much do you just wipe away what happened in the first game, knowing the fact that there's going to be some different players on the field today?
Well, the thing about that is what happens when you have players who are coming back. Your game plan changes. You look at your regular season laws and you can't get yourself wrapped up in woulda, shoulda, coulda as a coach. You prepare for what's here now. You guys have a level of energy for the Eagles. This is going to be a great chance for them. They are excited. And I think it's going to come down to special teams tonight. They are very evenly matched. You look at the score, 7-6. And I know the Eagles didn't have a kicking game to speak of pretty much all season. And so 7-7 would have been your score there. But tonight it's going to come down to special teams and turnovers.
All right, also, Coach, the Raiders, their bravado, three-time champion, they're going to play and act like they've been here before. And the Eagles, the first time the club has ever played in a men's football championship game, which is huge for the program. And, these guys are not backing down. They have been really confident all weekend. They're confident they can keep up with the Raiders on both offense and defense. And you've had a chance to see these teams play. Do you feel like the confidence that the Eagles seem to be brimming out with, do you feel like that's justified? Do you feel like they're right there with the Raiders? I mean, a lot of people, think, okay, three-time defending champion Raiders, they're probably have the upper hand. They were the undefeated team, but this Eagles team, what can you say about the type of confidence they've had in
the hardest thing to do is to beat a team twice. They're going to go back and look at it. I know the The Eagles are going to looked at all their film, they looked at mistakes and things like that. And a testament to them is that they're here. They're in the championship game. All the other stuff, that has nothing to do with what happens here. Now, the advantage goes to the Raiders because of fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, you have a veteran team who are going to come out and play championship football in the fourth quarter. Will the Eagles be able to answer that in the fourth quarter? They'll come out fast. If I was them, I'd come out fast and attack the secondary of the Raiders to try to get ahead.
And the Raiders have won the toss, so they will accept the ball. No surprise there. They want to get the ball in the hand of their MVP, Danny Manabusin, as much as possible. Prior to this game, the Raiders said their game plan was strictly just to dominate the ball, and they want to have possession with the ball as long as they possibly can. So seeing them start off receiving is no surprise here. And Chris Santa is going to kick it off for the Eagles special teams.
With that offense that they have, I'm not surprised that you got Jose Ware, you got Double D in the backfield, you got one of the best quarterbacks to ever throw the ball. You want to give yourself as much of an advantage because you have a young team has nothing to lose. The Eagles have nothing to lose here, and that makes a team dangerous. When they have absolutely nothing to lose, they'll do anything.
We are getting ready for kickoff. Both teams pumped up. They have been looking forward to this game for, should I say, 2 weeks. Last weekend they had a week off for the Easter weekend. So this week, a refreshed squad from both squads getting ready to begin this game. And Chris Santos.
Kick it away from Ware.
And he kicks it. And it's going to be a touchback, so the first play of the game will start from the 20-yard line for the Raiders.
Yeah, you don't want to kick it to Jose Ware. You never want that guy to get his hands on the ball if you can help it. In the offensive set, he's going to get the ball, but don't give him a free shot because he can go at any time. So that's good special teams strategy to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible.
And Jose Ware, definitely part of the championship teams for the Budweiser Football League. He's been a part of all the success that the Raiders have been able to accomplish, and it just stems from the type of seasons he had under Coach Ryan Rios for the Geckos. Jose Ware, all-star standout in high school, carried his game to the men's league, and like you say, he's been feared pretty much everywhere he goes. He just seems a lot bigger than a lot of his opponents.
I've coached against him. And it's a thing of nightmares.
So Danny Manabusin will start this in the I formation. Jose Ware in the backfield. Receivers Tyler Santos, Storm Rosario out left, and one of his favorite targets, Jacob Torrey, out right. Manabusin, first handoff is to Ware, and they run to the right side.
Eagles fast to the ball. Very fast to the ball on that play.
So about a 4-yard gain for Ware. A good pickup. Marcus Chu for the Eagles in on the stop. And the Raiders running to the right side of that offensive line. They know that their bulky set is on that left side with Coach Mark Mescon and Mike Tamua on the left side. They're very.
That's two freight trains, my friend. That's two freight trains over there, and they are well versed in offensive football. Their offensive line's been together forever.
Two very opposing offensive players. They like to go right, keeping their running game honest. Everyone knows they like to go left. Let's see how they approach this one. They go right again, Jose Ware. Frankie Johnson, the MVP, getting a hold of Ware, but Ware just inches away on third down. So the Raiders sticking with a run game early.
Eagles are in a set right now that's not conducive to them. You're not going to match up with those guys. They'll just grind you out. They'll grind you out. They're in what we call a 40 front. And when you are giving up 100 pounds on some of the offensive line versus defensive line matchups, you got to bring another guy down in the box. You got to have a 50 front if you're going to have a chance.
So the
now
Raiders,
you see them coming into a 50 look.
Raiders coming again with that eye. Same receivers set out left and right. And they will give it to Ware. Ware
got him in the backfield.
Number 26, Kevin Alvarez in on the stop, but there was a flag. So we'll see what happens. Head referee John Beneventi about to make the call. Offsides
Oh, that'll
on the
hurt.
defense. So a free play for the Raiders. They got stuffed in the backfield, but that penalty will give them a first down. So the Raiders sticking with 3 straight run plays. Jose Ware will come out, take a break.
Well, you know, on a play like that, even though they got the penalty, it's good for the Eagle defense because they were able to stop them in the backfield. So you go back as a defensive coach and you start talking to the guys like, listen, we stopped them. We just made a simple mistake. They're going with a 40 front on defense.
Still same offense, replacing Ware with Hank the Tank Sablon. So Danny Manabusen yet to throw 3 straight run plays. Penalty gave him a first down. And Manabusen to Tank, and he is finding some room on the left side. Shakes off 2 defenders. And finally, number 6, CJ Tovis, tracks him down. Gavin West, first contact, and Sablon shook it off for 8 strong yards. So the Raiders' running game looking really good in the first opening minutes of this GVFL championship game.
As long as the Eagles are lining up in that 40 front, there is no reason to pass the ball. They're putting everything back in the secondary, and so you'll get 3 or 4 or 5 yards a pop. You just have the size matchup that favors the Raiders up front.
The MVP, Danny Manabusen, yet to throw a ball. But with our offense running game clicking like this, he might not need to throw for just a little bit longer. We'll see how the Eagles respond. It looked like an offside there. Pumpy will get stuffed in the backfield. T. Worthy will get him, but there was a clear offsides. That's going to be
like
another
that fire, though. I like that fire, 5-2.
Another penalty.
You got to be disciplined when you're dancing up around the line of scrimmage with a veteran quarterback. Now, you look at what's going on here. The first downs that they've benefited, on both first down, they've benefited from Danny catching a guy coming up and being undisciplined. That's what a veteran quarterback will do for you. He'll do it with his feet. He'll do it with his arm. But he'll do it with the most important weapon, his mind. He's just outmatching them right now.
Pumpy Manglonia coming in for Hank the Tank Sablon. He was in on that last play also. So 3 different running backs for the Raiders already cycling through their heavy run game. Danny Manabusen going to lay one out in double coverage. Tyler.
You got to go up and get that.
Jacob Torrey in double coverage. Gavin West all over it. It was a fight for the ball, and it came down. Jacob Torrey nearly had it bounce out of his mitts. And West flying high with some safety help in the back line, breaking up the play.
The great thing for the Eagles there, you had defensive pressure on the quarterback, and that's what you got to do. You can't give him time. He'll pick you apart.
Danny Manabusen took a hit after that throw, so the Eagle defense getting to Danny Manabusen, putting some contact on him, putting some pressure on him. So the Eagles sticking with this I formation for, I believe, 7 straight plays. And Pumpy Manglonia going to get through the left. The heavy set from the left side. They attack with Pumpy Manglonia. A short gain.
The Eagles got to have a stop here. They have to have a stop.
So after giving up 2 first downs off of penalties, the Eagles now find themselves in a favorable situation. 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. And Danny Manabusen 0 for 1 so far with the pass to Jacob Torres.
Yeah, you expect a pass here. If they run the ball, they're just trying to position the ball. They have not come out of this same set. Twins, they got twins left, split right with 2 in the backfield.
Manabusen will drop back. Will fire a pass and it's intercepted. Calvin Sims took a big lick on the play, but a big interception. So after giving up 2 first downs off of penalties, the Eagles come in and force a huge turnover to set up their first offensive possession The ball will be spotted right at the.
You know, that goes back to what I said at the beginning. Turnovers. You know, this could give them some this could give them some time. Let's give a young team some life here. So let's see what the Eagles do with it. Let's see what the Eagles do with it.
It's no secret the Eagles' aerial game is their choice of attack on offense. They've been riding high on their receivers, especially Kelvin Coney, a very great route runner, good hands of receiver, probably the most dangerous receiving threat in the league, and he has
I would say so.
Great chemistry with DeRay Davis there at quarterback. So Davis in the shotgun. Running back J.T. Thurman out right of him. They put a man in motion.
They go trips left.
And right away, Kelvin Coney gets his first catch. He's not going to get much yards. Right back to the line of scrimmage, it seems. But I'm sure they just wanted to get their number one guy some touches early.
Yeah, you got to get his hands on the ball, get him in the rhythm of the game. Great throw by DeRay. What that's going to do, you'll have those safeties in the corners coming up, cheating up. And eventually what he'll do, he'll pump it to him, bring that corner up, and then throw it over the top of him. That's how you use the speed that they have out there.
Valley and Borja was there to wrap things up. VJ was not part of their first meeting, so he is one of the players that is making a Eagles versus Eagles debut, but a very big part of the Raiders secondary, along with.
Look for him to come to this backside over here and challenge number 5. They leave him alone over here on the backside.
Sandy Farron, of course, the cornerback coach is talking about, but still sticking with the shotgun formation. The Eagles, DeRay Davis fakes at Coney, will get sacked.
Wow.
Number 9, Don Karaskis.
The quarterback's he's not dropping in the pocket there. He's standing up in the pocket. And as a quarterback, the first thing you got to do is you got to take your drop. You got to take your steps.
DeRay Davis looked left, faked, possibly looking for Coney, turned right, and then met Karaskis right before he could get rid of the ball. So Raiders' game plan on defense was they wanted to put as much pressure on DeRay Davis as they could. Davis was not part of that game that they played in the regular season, so they haven't seen what he's been able to do to the defense, and they don't want to give him a chance to see.
He's got to use his arm here. He's got to use his arm. He's got to take his steps and just throw the ball here. They're coming.
Davis fumbling on the snap. Karaskis almost came away with his second sack. Karaskis giving that offensive line trouble early.
You look at that. That's just a guy who understands leverage. Karaskis he goes, 5'3", 5'4". He gets under that offensive lineman's pads and uses leverage to get back there. That's just something you can't have happen. You got to eat that guy. But, you know, there's a reason why they're 3-time champion. Defense wins championships.
Davis was possibly looking at his second straight sack if he held onto that ball just a half second longer. Karaskis creeping up from behind the blind side, and they will force the Eagles to punt on 4th and long. And back to return for the Raiders is, I believe, number 14. Oh, that punt, we will not get a chance, but a penalty.
Oh, we got a penalty. It might be holding or offsides.
Valley and Borja, the punt returner on that, but the ball came about 20 yards short of what he thought was going to be returned. So the penalty being discussed right now.
There was a little confusion there on the Raiders. They had 11 guys out there. One ran off. The referee thought that it was 12. You know, that's just early game jitters. I think they'll get it all squared away.
So Karaskis looking strong early for the Raiders. One sack coming away with nearly coming away with his second. So the Raider offense getting another shot after that turnover, the interception by Calvin Sims on the first drive. Raiders going to get
missed
a second
opportunity
shot.
there. when you have the champion down like that, when you have him make a mistake, you got to capitalize on it. You have to capitalize on those mistakes. Let's see how they react.
I'd like to remind you that there are concession stands over on the north side of the field. We have the GWTFL selling stuff along with cake and bakes and cocoa soup treats. Danny Manabusin, quarterback, sets up his offense.
Manabusin coming out, sticking with his formation. 2 receivers out left, and Jose Ware back on the field for this opening or for their second drive. And Ware running right, loses his helmet,
Oh boy, that could be dangerous there.
but manages to still pick up a couple of yards.
Trouble down there, number 33 coming in to make the stop.
Oh, their
Leading the charge, that was
big man Mike Tamoa down, holding a knee.
is down.
A key part of their offensive line sitting on the turf right now, or on the field right now. Not looking good for the Raiders
He
offensive
got
line.
rolled up on there. On that play, he got rolled up.
So as we sort out this injury with offensive lineman Mike Tamoa, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll resume action as soon as we get further information of the extent of his injury.
On it, he got rolled up by one of his own players there, and that often happens to your offensive lineman. So it's going to take them a couple of minutes to figure out what's going on their offensive line. I don't know how you replace that guy with one guy. You know, you try, but just his mass alone, that's gonna definitely affect how the defense will attack that strong left side. You may have to pull someone down, pull your left tackle down into a left guard situation, and then sub in your left tackle. But definitely that is very, very, very good to see him up, though. Good to see him up and moving.
Mike Tamoa, of course, a very vital piece of their offensive line, not looking good, walking off the field, making an early exit. Judging by the way his pace off the field, we might not be able to see him return to action tonight.
Doesn't look like it. I can't put any pressure on that thing at all. And, you know, it.
All right, so Tamoa's off. Pray for his speedy recovery. The Raiders, in the meantime, take back to the field. Manabusin sets up his offense.
Well, the show must go on for the Raiders.
All right.
And Danny Manabusin, sticking with his offensive set, they must have seen something in the Eagles' defense that
I don't think they've gone out of that, right?
Nope. They've been running this set from opening play.
Uh-oh.
And we have some action on the right side of the field. We'll see how they call it.
That's going to be on the offense.
We have a dead ball foul. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
False start brings them right back to the original start of this drive. 2nd and 10.
It'll be 2nd and 11 to go for the Raiders.
I think that's the first penalty on the Raiders.
So the ball stuck near midfield, hasn't left between either team's 30 so far. The Raiders interception threw an interception on their first drive, and the Eagles, feeling the pressure of that Raider defense, took them way behind the line of scrimmage. So
if they throw here, they're throwing into the wind and into the rain.
And Danny will hand it off to Hank Sablon. Hank Sablon going way left.
That was great safety play. That was great safety play. The cornerback got washed outside. The linebacker got washed inside. And Gavin West, Calvin Sims flies down and saves the play because he would have still been running.
Yeah, the secondary for the Eagles had a phenomenal year. Warfield, Sims, and Gavin West just highlighting a couple of these players. You saw there the closing speed of that defense. Sablon normally is used to seeing a lot of room when he bounces out to the left side, but that hole opened, or that the green turned yellow real quickly as Warfield and Sims closed in, stopping them for a loss of 1.
Speed kills. They're in the same set. They haven't come out of it.
Danny will drop back. Feeling the pressure, has to roll out. He's going to just keep it, and he's just going to roll out of bounds.
Number 26, Kevin Alvarez chasing Manabusa down from behind.
Alvarez making sure Manabusa goes out, following Danny on the drag. So
Check that. He only picks up 2 yards, so it's 8 yards short of first down.
4th and 8. So the Raider offense.
Balanced attack by both defenses. The Raiders using brute force and strength. The Eagles using speed.
Both offenses very dangerous, but both offenses struggling right now to find any type of rhythm as their opposing defenses have came to play early. So the Raiders going to punt away here on 4th and 8. Back to return.
They're looking for a good return here. They're doubling up on the wide out outside.
Dan and Mojica going to get a shot at this probably, and he'll let it bounce. So Tyler Santos going to down it at the 34.
Downs the ball for the Raiders. Eagles will start off at their own 33-yard line, but it's 1st and 10. Eagle football. If you're just joining us here in the first quarter, the score is 0-0.
So, Coach, the first offensive possession for the Eagles, that left side broke down rather quickly, allowing for a sack and nearly another sack. How much pressure and how much attention do you think the Eagles are going to be paying attention to this time on the left side?
You know what? I would if you have to run at them. You got to run at them because right now the defensive line is owning your offensive line. Oh, they got a heavy set back there. Who's that 21? Looks like Ashton Adams, right?
21, that is, yes, Ashton Adams.
At fullback. They're going to run right at him. That's what they should do here.
JT Thurman behind Adams, the big fullback. The Eagles set up in the eye, and they will give it to Thurman. Thurman met by a pair of Raiders. Manny Cruz and Bigler, the safety, coming in to help.
I tell you what, that was a collision. Ryan Rios and Ashton Adams met in the backfield, and I felt that up here in the booth. This is championship football.
Rios pumped up.
Yeah.
Shouting something on the field.
Chairman of the board calling them out.
As that run play, the first run for the Eagles today.
Yeah.
Comes about 1 yard. Thurman bouncing left, finding not much.
The offensive line just looks overmatched right now.
Same set for the Eagles. The eye with
They're going
Adams.
to blitz here.
And a quick pass. Rios nearly got his hands on it, but it's going to be a complete pass. Number 81, Keith Novak, the tight end. What a needle by
Wow.
DeRay Davis to thread that in there.
I tell you what, that was great play by Ryan Rios. He escaped out, slipped outside, and almost made the play. You know, for a guy his age, his size, wow. But a better play by the quarterback and tight end on that one.
Novak putting the Eagles at 3rd and 1, trying to get their first down of the contest. Ryan Rios.
This is big. This is big. The offensive line has to have some sense of pride here. 3rd down and 1 in the championship game. You got to just fire off. A little too far.
In the I formation, the Eagles will stay. DeRay Davis going to flip it out on a halfback pass. Thurman going to pick up a first down and more. So a quick flare to get that first down.
Yeah. Listen, I think they're starting to figure it out here. The way to beat the Raiders here is not to, try to attack their strength. The strength being wherever Ryan Rios is, play away from that guy. You got speed, use it to the outside and survive. You know they're going to make plays on defense. That's why they're 3 times champions. So you just got to make plays and survive and hope you break one outside. That's where their advantage is.
And Thurman picking up about 8 yards on the flare. First down for the Eagles. The unchecked man, they thought pass, but they were checking the receivers before they checked Thurman, and Thurman able to make him pay. Now they switch it up back to that shotgun formation they used in the opening set.
They have no safety really here.
Yeah, the secondary playing way up, playing tight coverage close to the line. And Davis going to fling it out, wide open. Number 2, Justin Smith, wide open.
Yeah, they have no safety, and they're playing off coverage. So they're literally giving you 8 yards. All you have to do is run up and turn around. But you do that when you know you can bring pressure up the middle the way that the Raiders can.
So 3 big passing plays for the Eagles to put them at 2nd and inches. Their offense moving down the field. The ball at the 44-yard line of the Raiders. Oh, refs still determining whether or not this is the first down.
All right, so we have an official timeout.
And they're going to call for change. Too close to determine, so the chain gang coming out for the first time tonight. Going to measure this one off that completion from DeRay Davis to Justin Smith, wide open.
I tell you, this is one of those first downs that can mean a lot to the Eagles, and it looks like it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, John Beneventi calling the official first down. So 2 straight first downs by the Eagle offense after being shut down on their first drive. A huge boost to that passing game. Their passing game very lethal with all the receiving talents they have. And 3 big pass plays, but Kelvin Coney wasn't a part of it, and he's still, you got to feel like a receiver like him is due for something soon.
Well, you look at what they're doing; they're doubling him, so that means you got everyone else is in. Wow, they're not going to come out of it.
Kelvin Coney, the leading touchdown receiving target for the Eagles, out left. And Davis going to fire it up to Coney. Coney in the end zone.
Oh.
Ryan Bigler on the coverage. Him and Coney battling for that one. Coney got a hand on it. Didn't have a complete control. Bigler there to
like it. I like the play call. That's going to put them back on their heels. I like it. A young team, you have nothing to lose. Go for it. They got the experience. They got the size. They got everything in their favor, and rightfully so. They've worked hard for it.
As you alluded to, Coney seeing double coverage most times he's out there. He knew he was going to face some double teams out here, and he basically challenged his teammates to step up, saying that if there are 2 guys on me, one of you guys have got to make a play.
Yeah.
And so far, his receiving core, his receiving brothers are out there making some plays.
This backside.
So Davis still in the shotgun, sticking with this spread offense. Davis pumps it and will let it fly up the middle. The ball is dropped. Tevin Hudson up the middle.
We got a flag, though. We got a flag. We got a flag.
It appears it's going to be on the
holding.
Eagles.
But there's flags on the play. We'll see what it is.
Hudson dropping what could have been a very dangerous ball, but then, there was holding on the play, so that would have negated anything that happened anyways. So 10-yard penalty.
All right, so the Raiders chose to go.
So repeat of second down. 10 yards back will put him at the 46-yard line.
Well, that penalty is a result of just strength. The 3 technique or the defensive tackle just bull rushed and put the offensive guard flat on his back. And so out of desperation, he just threw his legs and arms up and held him. So you got to have better offensive line play.
Davis facing a second and about 21 yards. Davis will pass out left, overthrew his target.
We're going to get a late hit, though. We're going to get a late hit there. We're going to get a late hit, personal foul. It's too late once the handkerchief comes out.
Rios trying to plead to head referee John Beneventi, number 55, trying to get something called his way. So roughing the
that's
passer.
Big. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down.
Automatic first down.
And 15 yards, so big penalty for the Raiders.
On the edge of the red zone now.
So the Eagles coming out and just showing their hand. They are going to be passing a lot today, and they're letting the Raiders know it.
I don't know if that spot is correct. If it's a 15-yard penalty and we were on the 44. Huh. Okay.
Adams back in at fullback.
Ray Davis sets up the offense.
And Davis putting Adams in motion.
Oh, boy, that's a lot to put in motion.
And Thurman will get a pitch. Thurman going to get wrapped up by, but he's going to get out. Jacob Torres forcing him out. Manny Cruz getting the stop, so a big loss in the backfield. Thurman finding no room at all to work.
You're not going to run the ball versus a defense like that. You're definitely not going to run a sweep on a veteran defense that's 3-time champion. They're not going to be fooled by that. You got a 290-pound fullback in motion. That kind of lets everybody know where the play's going.
So that's about a 13-yard loss on the play. Thurman broke away from the initial tackle and will get lost in the backfield. So that is the end of the first quarter. 0-0, deadlocked.
Taking on the Island
No team able to find any type of offensive success yet.
Eagles, decided by one touchdown.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and we'll rejoin you guys at the start of the second quarter. Thanks for tuning in.
To begin the second quarter, the Eagles will have the ball, second down and 21 yards to go. Once again, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us here at beautiful Hells Angels Memorial Football Field. We want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Ambrose Incorporated, proud distributors of Budweiser Beer, the King of Beers, and the proud sponsors and official beer of the Budweiser Football League. We'd like to take this opportunity to recognize Joey Guerrero. Guam would not exist. We'd also like to remind you that we have vendors. Check out the GWTFL as they raise funds to offset their league costs that just started off today at 4. We also have cake and bakes. They have bulgogi bowls and some other cool stuff, along with Coco's sweet treats. Check them out. And then we have Budweiser beer under the brown canopy for $3. Bud and Bud Light.
Of this GVFL championship game between the Raiders and the Eagles. First quarter, a lot of defense and a scoreless game still, but the Eagles now taking over second and long after the stop in the backfield. And Davis going to drop back. He's going to get pressured. The Raiders.
The offensive line is getting beat on every play. They're standing straight up. The guys are getting underneath their pass and beating them pretty much on every play.
Aleo Lujan in on the stop. That was a quick sack. He got in there very quickly. DeRay Davis, as soon as he hit his 5-step drop, was just hassled by Alejo in the backfield. So third and very long for the Eagles. That's the Raiders' second sack tonight.
You look at what's going on here. It's just a mismatch on the offensive line. There's nothing that I've seen from the offensive line right now that says that they can handle the defensive line and the defensive pressure. So the only thing that they can do is get the ball out quick. Get the ball out quick to someone on the edge and try to make a play. Because our offensive line is being dominated. Wow.
So we are we're in a timeout right now with the Eagles. They are trying to discuss how to approach this third and very long. And we're going to see them come out to face this Raider defense who has been giving them problems in the passing game. They went with 3 straight completions earlier or late in the first quarter that got them a pair of first downs, but the Raider defense has seemed to figure it out so far, putting them third and very long for a first down.
Yeah.
Davis going to sit in the shotgun.
Hey, he's got the middle wide open right now.
Davis looking to the outside.
There it is.
Keith Serber will get enough to get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But will be fourth and
you got to punt the ball here.
3 yards short from the first.
Oh, that what, 35? Take your lumps, punt the ball, pin them. Make it a short little pooch punt. Pin them. Because if you give them life, they're going to be going down his. This feels kind of, you know, he has a little bit of a slope to it, and you don't want to give that big offensive line, even with Big Mike being out. They still are undersized on the defensive line. So you want to make sure that you pin them to make sure that they have a long way to go. Look for a long snap, a long count here, a hard count to try to get the defensive line to jump.
So the Eagles going for it on 4th down. Big play potential. And they're going to get a hit with a penalty. A delay of game for the Eagles.
Wow.
That will result in a 5-yard penalty. So instead of 4th and 13, it is now a 4th and 18 situation.
4th and 18, so the Eagles can't
Now
escape.
you got to punt the ball. You have no choice.
Can't escape
So the ball moves back to
the backfield. They're trying to get back to the line of scrimmage at the very least. 4th down, 4th and 13 will result in 4th and 18 after that penalty.
Special teams plays. He's got to get a good snap off here.
And it looks like they're going to punt the football.
VJ Borja, Valiant Borja in the back to return for the Raiders. And Smith the punter. Snap is good. And punt is short.
Wow.
At about the 26-yard line.
That's about a
Let's see where they spot it. 7, 8.
They had no intentions of allowing the Raiders to return that ball, so
wow.
He'll be credited for a 10-yard kick.
Wow.
And the Eagles will start off in
Special teams.
position at the 30-yard line.
You have to take advantage of that situation. So the Raiders get a chance to hang around again, and anytime you let a championship team hang around and you don't capitalize, now Danny has a win at his back. Look for him to throw here. After
Danny Manabusen has yet to complete a pass today. Completed one pass to the Eagles on the interception in the first quarter. But so far the Raiders' attack has been
they're
heavy.
going with a shotgun pro set. They're definitely this is their throwing set.
So Danny going to try and open up the offense a little bit from the gun. Manabusen will let one fly.
Oh.
And a bit overthrown, but great coverage by Jeff Warfield. The coverage. Spade Untalon. Danny looking for Spade on the right after his main target, Tyler Santos, got locked down. And Warfield sticking with Untalon on that route. Manabusen facing a lot of pressure. Had to get that one out quickly. And overthrew Spade Untalon. So 2nd and 10 for the Raider offense.
The Eagle defense is not backing down. But I tell you what, number 29 on that play kind of made a cardinal error. He dipped down inside. Danny could have taken the ball and run, and anytime you get that much weight going downfield, it's hard to stop. They got to contain him.
And 29, yes, Frankie Johnson was actually voted the league MVP
On
for
defense.
the Eagles. On defense, yes.
Yeah.
And Manabusen going to hand off to Pompey. Pompey, a lot of room. Gavin West saving a huge, possibly touchdown-saving play by Gavin West. Pompey breaking out left for a 1st down and some for the Raiders. And that's the thing with the Raiders.
Yeah.
They have a viable passing game, of course, but if need to run, where Pompey, Maglonia, and Double D in the backfield can get the job done, as you've seen Pompey pick up
They
chunks
don't
of
panic.
yards.
You know, when you've been there 3 times and won it 3 times, you don't panic. And you didn't see a lot of panic when they threw the interception. You didn't see a lot of panic when they went deep on them. But now the Eagles have to play fast here. You got to get players to play fast. Play fast. They're in that shotgun pro. They're looking to throw out of this one.
Manabusen with Pompey and Hank the Tank on his left and right. Manabusen going to let it fly. Spade Untalon It looked like miscommunication on that play. Oh, Danny getting on Spade, not running the correct route.
Listen, if he had run the correct route on that play, he had the corner turned inside. Danny looked for him to go outside. If he had run outside, it would have been a touchdown.
And Untalan will make an exit.
Yeah. He's a young-looking fella. Did he play high school last year?
I believe he is part of the Ryan Rios GW Gecko system. Spade
yeah.
Untalan is, yes.
They're in that same set here. They're going to go 2 by 1.
So coming in for Spade Untalan, Storm Rosario in the slot. Tyler Santos out right, and Jacob Torrey out left in the gun, and it's going to be a handoff to Pumpy. Nowhere to go on the play. Pumpy Maglonia sticking up middle. Alvarez in on the stop, 2-yard gain.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 to go for the Raiders.
Third down and 8. You can't jump offside here.
And the Eagles already gave 2 first downs away to the Raiders with penalties in the first quarter. But since then, they've cleaned up their act. No penalties since those first 2.
Number 29 has to make a play here.
Good protection. Jacob Torres. Oh, ball in his gloves again.
Jacob Torres unable to hold on to it. Joffrey Nunchiaco defending on the play for the Eagles.
Little out of range. Had it on his fingertips, but not able to bring it down. So 4th and 8 or 7.
Oh, they're going for it.
Raiders staying
4th
aggressive.
down and 8 from their own side of the 50.
They must have saw something they really liked on that previous set where they feel they can get a first down here.
The defenders aren't using their hands here, so if I look for a quick kick maybe.
Same set for the Raiders.
Wow.
And they're going to go for it. 4th and 8.
Wow.
Oh, no, he's going to punt it.
Get away
It's
from
a short kick. So a little tomfoolery here.
Yeah. That was smart on their part. But, we have not seen great punting by anybody's standards here tonight. But it's a defensive battle. And it's going to come down to special teams. If we can get somebody close enough to kick it, the Eagles, that's where they fell short last time. They didn't have. They had a great opportunity to get down there and just couldn't pull it off because of some mistakes, some self-inflicted mistakes. But now they find themselves in a desirable position if you are a passing team. You got the whole field to work with. You now have them in essentially a cover 2 look. And if you're out there and you don't understand what cover 2 looks like, and you're seeing that cover 2 is where you have 2 guys covering 1 guy.
Ashton Adams back in to help with that running game. And they do hand it off to Thurman. Thurman gonna get smashed. Aleo Lujan laying the smackdown on Thurman right up the middle.
Listen, the offensive line is getting beat on every play, at every position, and then they're doing the worst possible thing. They're not staying on their blocks, and they're standing up. You had that guy come from across the field and just decimate your back. You have to have some pride as an offensive line.
Credit to Thurman for sticking in this play. He took a big shot from Aleo Lujan.
Okay, now they have a tight end in. They're going to bring some extra help in there.
So they're going to go right. Thurman going to get a run. He's going to get some room, though. He will break a first down, a big first down, and he is jabbering.
Yeah. He put on a display of speed there, for sure.
A big play for Thurman after getting laid out.
Of midfield.
Comes back and hits him with a first down, so a big first down for the Eagles, a running first down
Hey,
for the
can you
Eagles.
Get, somebody unlock the gate. Let the first responders in. Can you get somebody to unlock the gate so we can get the first responders in?
So first and 10 at the 51-yard line of the Eagles.
He got
trying
the
to cross
tight end
over.
set there.
And they're going to stick with Thurman. Thurman going to get wrapped up in the backfield.
He is getting no blocking.
53, Anselmo Onsalon for the Raiders.
They're blocking
No,
with
check that. That's Eric Cruz of
they're
the Raiders.
blocking with their shoulders and hands. Looks like we're going to have a stoppage in play here soon.
Eric Cruz coming in and stuffing Thurman. Thurman found success
It
in
looks
the
like we're going to have a stoppage in play here to let the medics onto the field.
Oh, the medic's going to come over to the sideline. They're going to head over and tend to, I believe, Raiders lineman Mike Tamoa, knee wrapped up. He's coming to the Raiders sideline. I believe he's going to. So the medic's coming in. We'll take a quick commercial break as the medics tend to one of the players on the sideline. We'll be back shortly.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against iTeeny's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. iTeeny's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at iTeeny. iTeeny has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at iTeeny. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Hi, welcome back. We're here live at the House Sharoma football field. Joining me is Coach Jacob Dowdell. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast.
Pleasure to be here.
And while we're attending to some medical issues on the field, we're going to just give a quick recap of what's going on lately. It's midway through the second quarter between the Raiders and Eagles, the championship game. And we've seen not a lot of offense, but a lot of big defensive plays from both teams. How do you feel the defenses have been performing, and what can you say about it so far?
Well, I think what you have here now, you see that defense wins championships. Defense gets you the championships. Defense wins championships. You have a young defense that's very fast in the Eagles, and you have an experienced defense that is very physical in the Raiders. And the hidden that's going on by the Raiders, but the speed on the part of the Eagles is one of those things that you just can't emulate in practice. And so that's why you have a couple of turnovers, namely the speed in the secondary by the Eagles. One of the main things that the Eagles have to do to get this thing fixed is to fix that offensive line. They're standing up with guys who are just out-muscling them, and then when they're not out-muscling them, they're out-leveraging them. But to the Eagles' credit, they haven't gone away. A weaker team would have wilted under the power that is a three-time champion. And so you see the Eagles standing up to them and saying, hey, we're here to play. I think the biggest play here is one where we saw Big Mike go down, and that's why we're stopped now. He went down. I don't think it's super serious, but it's enough to get him out of the game. We pray for a speedy recovery for him, but that has really changed the Raiders' offense.
Yeah, the Mike Tamo, the left guard of the Raiders, went down early in the first quarter with an injury, and it's no secret the Raiders love running the ball to that left side behind Mark Mescon and Mike Tamo, and now Mike Tamo out of the picture, at least for the time being. He's being helped. He's probably going to go get that knee checked. He had it iced and wrapped, so we'll see how that plays out. But so far, the Raider offense struggling to find anything going. Danny Manibusan, the MVP of the league, has yet to complete a pass.
Well, let me put a caveat on that. As a former quarterback, right? You look at the passes that he put on his receivers. They didn't catch him. Hit him in like we say in the football business, hit him in a very bad place, hit him right in the hands, and they didn't complete the catch. But you look at him, he's a veteran quarterback. He didn't go and berate him or anything like that. That's something for you guys out there who are playing youth football and youth coaches to really look at Danny and see how he's handling that. Both quarterbacks have done a great job of doing that, and I think it's something for all of our kids to emulate. Your receiver drops the ball. That stuff happens, and you see the quarterbacks, the first one that, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get it the next time. And that's the great thing about football. It's a team sport. It teaches you how to play through adversity, and both quarterbacks put on a good show.
And for the Eagles, one thing that's been holding them back is kind of themselves. Penalties, giving up first downs on penalties, and a penalty on a possible big play brought the ball back even further. So the Eagles' self-inflicted wounds right now. Do you expect them to clean it up anytime soon?
Well, that's one of the drawbacks of having a young team in the finals. You got a young team, young coaching staff in the finals, and sometimes that kind of thing happens, and you're trying to play with it, to adjust to it, to figure out what combination works under the constant pressure of three-time champions. And I can't say that enough. I've been coaching football for 20-something years now, and anytime you face anyone who's a champion, they have a leg up on you, as we would say, in experience. But when someone's a three-time champion, they really understand how to win. When I talked in the beginning of the game, I said it would come down to special teams, and we have not seen good punting tonight.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a wash.
So the ball stuck in between the 30 and 30 between both teams. No team able to get in the red zone or not even get much close to it throughout the game. So
yeah.
We're going to resume action here pretty soon. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and you will join us right back at the start. Well, actually, we're just going to cut to the action on the field. So we'll go ahead and join us there, and we'll get action resumed and see what's going on.
Thank you.
Continue to talk.
The hardest thing to do here is to keep your players loose. I thought that was Big Mike, but it looks like it's someone else.
Big Mike is still sitting on the sideline. It seems like someone else in the stands was. It's Ryan Bigler. We didn't notice the injury to Bigler, but he is the one inside the ambulance right now, going to be helped out of here. So Bigler, obviously, his night is done. That's a huge blow to the Raiders secondary. He plays the safety, and he's pretty much in charge of making sure nothing gets past him. He was part of that big breakup on against Kelvin Coney in the first quarter that prevented
I didn't see him after
touchdown.
that, so I don't know if that's where the injury happened or, what happened to him.
Yeah, we're not quite sure what happened
He's
to
moving.
Biggs. But yeah, he appears to be moving okay. They are going to strap him down inside the ambulance for safety. But Bigler, the man that's going to be helped out of here by the ambulance.
So
it seems Mike Tamula wants to stick around on the sideline.
That's two key injuries for the Raiders, and we talked about that earlier, getting healthy and things like that. Accidents happen in football. It's a tough sport. But to lose two players out of the game like that, this is going to test the Raiders' willpower, and as a coach, when you lose guys in the heat of a game, and that one kind of surprised me because I didn't see it. It wasn't an injury that drew a lot of attention. So he must have come over to the coaching staffs, and I know that guy. He's double tough. So if he says he needs some assistance, he really needs some assistance.
Yeah, of course, everyone knows Mike, or check that. Everyone knows Ryan Bigler, the MMA star here, had a prominent MMA career fighting from Guam. So everyone is well aware of his toughness. So he is going to be checked out of this game. So we still unclear of what happened and at what play he went down, but he is going to be helped out of here. And the ambulances are still on the sideline, so we're not going to resume action until Biggs is transported safely. But yes, you can see through the ambulance windows he's moving, and assuming he's talking to them, he's just in some pain. Might be a neck issue. They see him strapping down, but Biggs seems to be giving good signs, Bo. So as you were saying, Coach, we'll talk a little bit more about this Raider defense. This Raider defense is finding ways to get to the Eagles quarterback. You said they're bringing a lot of pressure up front, and the offensive line for the Eagles are just having a tough time dealing with it. How do you make these offensive line corrections when, your guy just, beats you as often as he does and gets to your quarterback?
Well, one of the things you see here, the offensive line is not aggressive. They are waiting for the Raiders to move. The advantage you have when you're on offense is that you know what the snap count is. You know where the play is going. So you should have the advantage as an offensive lineman on where you're going to block a guy, where you want him to go. So what we're seeing, though, is the play starts. The Raiders, being a veteran team, are already leaning forward. When the play is blown in, when the quarterback calls for the play, the offensive line is waiting. The Raiders are not. They're attacking. And so what we have then is what we call blocking half a man, where you have the guy past your shoulder, you're trying to block him, and he is in hot pursuit to tear your quarterback's arms off, and all you're doing is watching it happen. So they got to get that fixed. You got to block with your feet first. They're trying to block with their arms and not their feet.
All right, we're going to get back to action.
So the ambulance, shout out to the ambulance and ALS units. Speedy job here taking Biggs out of the game. We're gonna try and check in and get a report later to see what happened, what exactly happened to Biggs, and why he was needed to be taken out of here.
It's a beautiful night though here at Hal Sharoma Memorial Field. Weather's great for football. You had a little bit of mist, right? You had a little bit of mist, and the field looks like it's in really, really good condition. It's hard to keep players stretched out, after such a long break here. So you got to look for what we call secondary injuries, guys cramping up and things like that.
Well, here we go. Head referee John Beneventi gave us 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game. 8 minutes and 42. And the Eagles second and about 13 after the previous play.
They got a tight end over here. They're going to go to him soon.
Eagles, DeRay Davis will hand off to Thurman. Thurman bouncing left, getting room. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but Ryan Rios, the chairman on the board, making his first presence felt on the stat sheet.
But JT Thurman manages to squeeze out about 4 yards on that carry, making it third down and a long 9 to go for the Eagles.
So third and about 9 for the Eagles. It seems Thurman's at least getting positive yardage when he runs left.
Yeah.
He seems he's getting stuffed in the backfield when he runs right. So.
Well, you got that tight end over there, so you got an extra body over there. They're unbalanced because when you have a cover two, you're taking bodies out of the box to prevent them from going deep. So in theory, you're blocking 2 guys with 3 guys. Their splits are too tight right now.
So Davis in the eye going to drop back. Third and about 9. He's going to fake it to Thurman. And Manny Cruz getting there. Almost came away with a sack right down the middle.
That was a great fake.
Davis had a receiver down the right sideline. Couldn't get
That play action pass read perfectly by Manny Cruz on the line for the Raiders, just getting through basically pretty much untouched.
Untouched. The line is playing with their head down. Their splits are too tight.
So that'll bring up 4th down and 9 to go for the Eagles.
So
the ball spotted at the 50-yard line.
4th and 9 for the Eagles, and they're
Smith comes in to punt.
setting up to punt it away. VJ Borja and Pumpy Manglonia in the back.
Number 22.
And here comes the rain.
Justin Smith, the punter.
Their splits are so tight. That's going to cost them.
Smith's first punt was not that clean. This one
Oh,
looks
yeah,
much better.
Much better.
Manglonia gonna down it.
Oh, that is so dangerous.
He downs it at about the 20.
That
was-
is so dangerous. If that ball bounces around, and as a head coach, it will drive you crazy. You teach all the time, stay away from the ball.
Ball was bouncing in favor of the Eagles, and Pumpy wanted to down it before it got any further into their territory.
Have 82 yards to go to try to break this
So
deadlock
1st and
with
10 at the 18.
in the first half.
This is going to be more than a sprinkle this time.
So the rain starting to play a factor in the contest. Some light shower, some showers here as the
Lukewarm
Raiders.
sunshine never hurt anybody. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, boy.
Now we got greater. Now we got football weather.
Yeah.
Sets up his offense. Jose Ware back along with
Danny Manabusen set up in the shotgun.
Can they take advantage of the rain here? Ball might get slick.
Danny gonna pass, gonna lay it to Tyler
Oh!
Santos. Marcus Chu, the linebacker, getting a hand in. Tyler Santos making a diving attempt. Marcus Chu breaking it up before it even had a chance. So
Watch for the ball. And just as quickly as it came, it's gone. You got to love Guam weather. You got to love it. You got to love it.
yeah, that-
Second down 10.
Here come the Raiders. Manabusen sets up with
some light showers still. And Manabusen gonna line up now and take the ball under center. Manabusen gonna hand off. Jose Ware stuffed in the middle.
of the Eagle line.
Got to call that quick. Player can get hurt
On
there.
the bottom of that pile, leading the charge, number 55. That was Marvin Colbert.
So a host of Eagles stopping the play. Ware picking up only 2 yards, so 3rd and 8.
Marcus Chu in on the stop as well.
So that rain came and went,
No
kind
gain
of
on the play.
sticking around a little bit.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of bands that are going to come
All right,
through.
2-yard gain on the play, bring up 3rd and 8.
I love to see the little fans out here. Keep football
Ware in the
going.
backfield along with Perkins. Manabusen sets up the offense.
Manabusen under center. Facing 3rd and 8.
Looks like he's going to throw it here.
Manabusen looking left, gonna hit Jacob Torres. Torres.
Again.
That's the 3rd ball that's hit Torres in the gloves and not able to catch it, not able to corral it. Very uncharacteristic of Torres. Torres is possession Danny Manabusen's
Wow.
favorite target to hit. Tyler Santos, obviously the leading touchdown getter for the Raiders, but possession-wise, Jacob Torres has a lot of Danny Manabusen's trust, but so far, 3 times hitting the gloves, not able to bring it down. So that's going to force the Raiders to punt this ball away, facing 4th and 8.
Hudson and Dana Malika back deep to receive for the Eagles. Perkins back deep to punt for the Raiders.
Uh-oh. They got a guy uncovered here. They got a guy uncovered in the slot.
So Perkins' punt hit the dirt, but it's a decent punt. Mojica going to get some room to return, and he's got a lot of room to work. Mojica
Oh, boy.
running right. Will finally get dragged down, but that is a huge return by Danon Mojica.
Return by Dana Malika. He took it from his own 30-yard line all the way down to the Raiders' 30.
Karaskis able to drag him, prevent that from doing any more damage than it already did. But Danon Mojica, a huge return, will put it in Raiders territory.
In great field position on the Raiders side of the field at the Raiders 33-yard line.
You got to capitalize here. You can't keep coming down here and leaving with no points.
Head coach of the Eagles, Danny Cepeda, said that one of their key points in winning this game was they did have to take advantage of every opportunity given to them. And off a good return like that, you got to feel like if they don't walk away with points on this possession, on this drive, then that's not taking advantage of
Yeah.
your
They
opportunity.
got this. Both of these in the post here.
A
There
quick
you go.
pass to number 10, Tevin Hudson.
That was Hudson.
A quick pass.
Weaves his way in and out of traffic for 9 yards.
Oh, we got some rumbling going on. The chairman of the board in with some chirping with the Eagles over there.
I like it. I like it. You got to have people who are fired up and ready to play, and it's a little chippy, but it's a championship, and that's what you expect.
And Rios, of course, a veteran in football.
For the Eagles, the ball is going to be spotted at the
2nd and 2.
on the 25-yard line.
Oh, we got helmet issues.
So Rios walking out the field.
His face mask is broke, looks like.
And the Eagles, this is the closest they've been to the red zone, just 5 yards away. 2nd and 2.
Not the time that you don't want to have Ryan Rios on the field.
The Eagles from the gun. Coney out left. Davis will
Oh,
sprint.
boy.
Oh, he's going to get a lot of yards on this play. DeRay Davis tuck and run.
There it is. And he ran right where Rios would have been.
You called it, Coach. Not a good time to not have your captain out there, Ryan Rios.
You
DeRay
got to
Davis.
go now while Rios is not in the game.
DeRay Davis with the biggest play thus far. Getting the ball in the red zone, 12 yards away.
And it's 1st and 10 from the 12.
You got to go now while Rios is not in the game. This is a break that the Eagles needed. You got Bigler out. Rios is out with helmet issues, and Big Mike is on the sideline. So you got to
Once again, Ashton Adams in the backfield along with JT Thurman.
– and you got the tight end there. They got to call a timeout. The smartest thing for the Raiders to do is call a timeout here. 4-minute warning.
4-minute warning. 4 minutes to go in the half.
Position, a 4-minute warning. 4 minutes left to go here in the first half.
You got to get as many plays as you can while the chairman of the board is out.
Rios going to ride the sideline. He wants to check back in, but the Eagles will get a playoff without him. And they're heading it out to the big man, Ashton Adams,
Smart call.
getting some tough yardage. 2 yards of positivity.
Smart call.
Joe John Danger Manzanonia making a stop for the Eagles on the big Ashton Adams, who manages about a yard. And we have a timeout called on the field by the Eagles.
And there's a timeout. The Eagles are going to take time and talk this one over.
Well,
Second.
what you had there was a perfect example of what I was talking about getting beat on the offensive line. You had a fullback. They were running a fullback dive. Instead of the offensive lineman turning his butt into the hole, he got blocked straight up and pushed back into the fullback.
So the first time any team has been in the red zone all game, the Eagles going to take some time to try and figure it out to possibly put the first points of the contest. Still tied 0-0 in this title game. Less than 4 minutes in the half.
I'd like to give a big shout out to my friends in Georgia. We are broadcasting live here, but I see some of my friends on Facebook chiming in. So thanks for the support. Thanks for GASPN and all the sponsors here for putting this together. And it's just a testament to what football means to the people of Guam that we're able to do something under the bright lights of Hal Sharoma Memorial Field on a night like tonight.
And a big shout out, of course, to IT&E providing the coverage tonight, allowing us to use their networks to stream this game. So if you're tuning in, this is courtesy of IT&E, this live broadcast, and the Shooting Star production team that is helping us, Guam Sports Network, come live. And we're going to see the Eagles, the first time a team has been in the red zone tonight, 2nd and 8 from
you got to manage this.
First down.
You got to manage this. You don't want to give up anything here with a penalty. And there's Rios.
A fake in the middle is going to be caught. A big touchdown. The first points of the contest, Justin Smith on a play action. Wide open in the middle. Justin Smith off of the play action scores 6-0. The Eagles take the first lead.
But what do you not see the Raiders doing here? They are not panicking. That's what 3-time champions know. Panic is the enemy. There's plenty of football left. They're not panicking. Hats off to the Eagles. Great offensive series there. They finally cashed in on an opportunity. This is going to be big. This is big.
Chris Santos, the PAT, going to try and add on an extra point here. And the snap is good. Santos' kick is clear, and it's good.
Oh,
7-0.
boy.
Also, they've officially put more points against the Raiders than they have all season. 7 now for the Eagles, and they have a 7-0 lead. We'll see how the Raiders come out and respond. You said kicking was going to be crucial today. Special teams played a big factor in their loss when they lost by just a PAT last in the regular season. And special teams coming in early with actually on both sides. The special teams kicking was good, but then this was all set up by a big return by Daniel Mojica on special teams.
Yes. But it can come back to haunt you. Do not kick the ball to Hosea Ware. No matter what you do. Kick it out in the parking lot. Kick it up into the lights. Kick it backwards. Don't give him a chance.
Justin Smith, the extra point by Chris Santos was good.
So 7-0, the Eagles take the lead.
Raiders 0.
You got to go down, stay in your lane here.
For the Eagles, back deep is the Raiders. For the Raiders, number 24, Jose Ware.
You got to stay in your lane.
And number 26, Jay Hutchins.
Santos getting ready to kick off.
You got to be disciplined here if you are the Eagles.
Santos' kick is nice, long, and it's going to Ware. He's got it, and he's got room. Oh, he is bruising through. He will get stopped, but a big return by Hosea Ware.
The one person, I think I clearly said it. That is exactly why you never want to kick the ball to that young man.
So near midfield, the 44-yard line.
Yes.
The Raiders will start. And they have the 4-minute warning was over a minute ago. 2:55 left in the half. That's enough time for this Raiders offense to find something.
That is why you don't kick the ball to that guy. Because just like that, he cut the field in half, so you only have half a field to go. That opens up a whole bunch in your playbook.
So coming out in the receiving sets, Tyler Santos out right. Hosea in the backfield. And Jacob Torrey struggling right now, but he's still out there.
They're going with a 50 front on defense.
A fake pass, and it's going to hit Hank Sablon. Oh, Hank is going, and he's going to get into, oh, he lost the football. Hank didn't go down, but it seemed like he got stripped, stolen from. We'll see what happens. There was a fumble. Hank had the ball, walked away from that pile. He did not have it so there was a fumble there. We'll see what's going on. And it's still Raiders football. Jacob Torres was the one fighting. So, hey, if you're not able to catch a ball, you got to be able to go out and dive for it, huh?
Wow.
So Jacob Torres making a big save. Hank, the play worked to perfection. Hank Sablon getting chunks and chunks of yards on that, bringing them to the Eagles 40. And a strip on the sideline was kept alive by the Raiders.
You got to watch the time here. We don't have a clock, and we're at 4 minutes. That play took about a minute, so we should definitely be
hovering right around 2 minutes.
They got to make a defensive play here.
And Boostin, quick pass, Jacob Torres, he caught it this time, and he's running right up the middle, going to get dragged down. Jeff Warfield in on the stop. Torres moving the chains for the Raiders.
They're going fast. They realize they got to play fast here.
So after struggling to find completions in the first half, Danny Manabustin a pair of big hits. Bring the ball close to the red zone. Not too much time left to work with, but Manabustin trying to put some points up for the Raiders, trying to answer. 1 minute and running. The Raiders are going to rush to the line at the 28-yard line. 2 minutes and running. And the Raiders going to quick pass to Sandy Fair, and Sandy breaking the tackle. Sandy still alive. Sandy, the defensive back, a very capable receiver if needed to be, and he picks up
I tell you what,
3 yards.
That play right there, Jeff Warfield came up, even though he missed the tackle, right? He turned the guy back inside. He turned him back inside, which allowed what we call inside-out help to come and help out. So great play by Warfield, even though he didn't make the tackle. That if you guys are young guys and you look at that play like, oh, he missed the tackle, because he came up in the way that he broke down, you know, once you miss a tackle, if you push a guy back inside, you got to rely on your linebackers coming inside out. That's why it's a team sport. And that was a great example of team defense right there. But again, they find themselves in a situation because of a mistake on special teams. You don't kick it to Hosea Ware. Beware of Ware.
So the Raiders are in a timeout, and they are trailing by 7, but a sign of light. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Coach? Big Mike Tamul walking around the sidelines. He had some ice on that knee earlier, but he's walking around. We'll see how this one plays out.
Let me tell you, you want to talk about there are two things that happen in the team if a guy comes back after being walked off the way that he was walked off. Now, tomorrow, he's going to be hurting for certain. But right now, this is all pride and adrenaline that he has going through him right now.
So Big Mike making an early exit in the first quarter, walking around the sidelines. You got to believe he wants to be out here right now. But anyway, the Raiders with Ware in the backfield, Sablon's
they're
going
to try to get outside on him.
And Manabustin going to fling it. Oh! Spade Untalon hit in the chest. That was a touchdown if caught. Spade free on the sideline. Was thinking touchdown before, was able to secure it. Ball bounced right off him. A big miss for the receiving core of the Raiders right now, struggling to haul in these passes. Manabusen hit him square in the chest.
Yeah. Blown coverage on that side.
A tough break for the Raider offense. Needed that one as they face 3rd and 8.
The great thing about that is stop the clock for them. The Eagles just have to play.
A minute left to go here in the first half.
Manabusen dropping back. Oh, he's getting rushed by Frankie Johnson. Gonna fake a pass, and he's gonna get tackled.
Number 55, Colbert.
Number 55, Marvin Colbert,
Coming over to change Manabusen's
helping
about.
on the stop, but Manabusen's gonna pick up a couple of yards, so
The clock is running.
4th down.
No, timeout.
Timeout by the Raiders.
The clock was running that whole time.
106. 1 minute, 6 seconds left to go.
1 minute and 6 seconds. It seems our internal clocks have been operating at different speeds.
Yes, I would say so. That- if I'm ever on death row, I want them to keep the time for me.
1 minute and 6 seconds. 4th and about 6 for the Raiders.
So this is a big game moment. Minute and 6 seconds left to go here in the first half. The Raiders trailing by a score of 7-0 against the Eagles. The ball
So 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the first half. An entertaining first half if you're a fan of defense. A lot of defensive plays. But the Eagle was able to strike first with a touchdown.
down and 6 yards to go.
Justin Smith hauling in a 11-yard pass from DeRay Davis. And the Raiders trying to respond here. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go in the first half.
1 minute, 6 seconds left to go in the first half. I think this is their first trip into the red zone.
They're approaching it. They are 6 yards still away, but this is the closest the Raiders have been to putting points up on the board.
Raiders 4th down and 6 to go for the first down from the 26-yard line. With a minute and 6 seconds left
So
to go.
Danny,
It's going
Bring
to
it
have
up
to
where?
be. They're going
3
to probably.
receiver set.
Manabusen drops back.
Manabusen looking. He's firing Jacob Torres, and it's going to get broken up. Gavin West almost had a pick, but probably a wiser play to just knock it down. Gavin
Yeah,
West forcing
yeah.
the turnover on downs. The Raiders looking Jacob Torres. Torres in double coverage. The safety Gavin West coming up to break it.
In the first half.
They answered. The Eagles answered.
Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, no smoking inside Eagle.
Wow, what a first half of football.
You have to smoke there.
So the Eagles, there's under a minute left in this first half. How safe do you play it? Do you try and
Kneel
put
it.
more points up?
Kneel the ball.
A minute.
Kneel it.
Left to go here in the first half. The Eagles leading by a score of 7-0. Off
Kneel
the
the ball.
pass play from number 13, DeRay Davis, to number 2, Justin.
Eagles head coach Danny Manabusen said during the week that they were going to try and take advantage of every offensive opportunity, and they weren't planning on taking the foot
You're
off
on
the
the
gas pedal.
25-yard line here. Kneel the ball. You got the advantage. You have the champion down. Don't take any chances. Kneel the ball.
Davis lined up like they're going to snap it. And he is just going to take a short run.
Looking to run, Manny Cruz along with
No need to let your quarterback get hit here. Just kneel it.
No, sorry. Hey, sorry, looking at
So a 2-yard gain by Davis.
Kneel
A
the
strange
ball.
call. It was a quarterback sneak with
But Davis with the time running down.
behind his center. And Davis now in the gun formation.
Davis looking
Davis gonna fling it. Hudson open. Oh, he's got it.
Oh!
Tevin Hudson running free. Oh, a huge touchdown. 13-0. A huge play. Coach, that was in Ryan Bigler's territory.
Wow. Sorry for yelling, folks. This is a championship. I'm so sorry.
Tevin Hudson. A huge play from Davis. Hudson able to get around the secondary, caught it in stride, and no one touched him. A huge play from the Eagles right before the half. Coach Danny Manabusen said they were going to put their pedal to the.
You know what? On a play like that, when it works, you are a hero. When it does not, you are a zero. And again, that's what I talked about earlier. They have nothing to lose. They gambled, and they went to the pay window. Again, I apologize for yelling, but who would have thought that would have happened?
Chris Santos in for the extra point. Going to try and put up a 14-0 lead, and it is good.
Wow.
Chris Santos nailing his PATs. 14-0. What a half. What a closing to the second quarter the Eagles had.
Yes.
After a defensive dominated game, the Eagles come out and just quickly put up 14 points in a span of about 4 minutes.
Yes.
4 minutes of game time.
A lot of football left, though. A lot of football left. Squib the ball. Do not kick it to Hosea Ware.
Tevin Hudson, a huge haul. Coach, that's Ryan Bigler's territory, the safety who was carted out of here or assisted by ambulance out of here for the Raiders. That's his zone. He usually doesn't allow things like that to get past him. And you're just seeing the Raiders feel the extent of Bigler's injury right
when
there.
you look at the Eagles' success, right? You look at the Eagles' success when Ryan was out. When Ryan Rios was out, they had a big gain, and then that game in the space that Bigler was not there. So
Raiders, number 22, Puppy Mengolia, and number 17, Spade Ontalon.
okay.
All right, kids, if your age is 5 to 6, please meet down at the Bud Light, or underneath the white Bud Light field post on the northern side of the field.
What a great night of football. Our sponsors, IT&E, have put together a great broadcast situation here, and my hat's off to GSPN for allowing us the opportunity to call such an exciting championship game. Maybe a changing of the guard.
The three-time defending champs definitely on the ropes at halftime. And Santos a squib.
Smart play.
And
Smart play.
Sandy Verheeren gonna
Uh-oh.
field it. Oh, he's got room. Sandy Verheeren. Oh, Calvin Munia, check that. Sorry. Sandy Verheeren and Calvin both wearing number 5, so a little.
That is halftime, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 complete quarters of play,
So 14-0. The Eagles lead it. Now they seem to be getting under the Raiders' skin right now. Eagles all over the field, chirping going on between both teams.
Yeah. A little bit of emotion.
The veterans stepping out there telling everyone to calm down. So I believe that's half. There were 12 seconds left in the quarter or in the game.
It seemed like a lifetime.
So that's it. That's it for the half, guys. 14-0. The Eagles lead it. So that's half. Both teams gonna take a meeting to figure out how to approach the remaining half.
You see here on the sideline the Raiders coming together as a team. Danny talking to him. You don't see a lot of yelling and screaming, things like that. That's the mark of a leader who's been there. If you look at what they've accomplished throughout the first quarter, they've hit all the receivers in the hands, and we've had some receivers drop balls. If they made the touchdown down here, the game would have been totally different. So that's what you see there. You see a veteran team with veteran leadership there. But you see an excited Eagles team. They just have to stay focused and come out and play solid football in the second half.
We need to get this going. 4 to 5-year-olds. Okay, ready?
All right, so we got some halftime entertainment between some 4 to 5-year-olds.
Oh, boy.
What are the 4 to 5-year-olds you guys are going to be doing? So the 50-yard dash, but for the 4 to 5-year-olds, you guys will be doing the 30-yard dash. Okay? 4 to 5-year-olds, 30-yard dash.
So thanks for joining us here again. We are still at halftime. The halftime just started, so we got a long way and a lot more football left. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Shout out to our sponsors, and we'll rejoin you with some more GVFL championship game action.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against iTeeny's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. iTeeny's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at iTeeny. iTeeny has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at iTeeny. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Run to the guys in the orange shirts. Yeah, they're gonna. All right, 6 and under, are you ready? Six and under, are you set? Six and under. Are they ready, live? Ready? On your mark, get set, go! And they're off, and they got one already. He is taking over. Oh, is that a female? Hey, send those 2 guys up here. Send those 2 guys up here, and we'll give them a prize as well. The 2 winners. Hi. Hey, send them up. We'll buy them something. Because there was a girl and a male and girl and boy. All right, let's go. 9 and under. 9 to 7.
14-0.
Just those two.
Hey.
Can't afford all of them.
What up,
9
Walt?
and under. Are you ready? All right, this time it's not as easy. You guys are going to go to the 50. Or to the 40. 40, 40. 40 for you guys. 9 and under to the 40. 9 to 7. Are you guys ready? 9 to 7. Are you guys set? Let's go. 9 to 7. Are you ready? Okay. Let's go. 9 to 7. There's a couple more coming. Guys, you ready? 9 to 7. Are you set? Are we ready? Nice. Ready to the 40-yard line. On your mark.
Oh, he's going to be good.
Get set. Go!
Whoa.
He ran barefooted. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. He ran barefooted. You guys better give him 2 prizes. All right, the 12 to 10-year-olds.
They still running. They still running.
10 to 12-year-olds, are you guys ready? Nine, 10 to 12, are you guys ready? 10 to 12. Elijah, are they ready? Ready, guys? On your mark. Get set. Go! And they're out. Hey, I don't think that's a question, though. Hey, you better check his driver's license. I don't check his driver's license. Ivan. I'm just kidding. All right, the last set, 13 to 15. 13 to 15, the 50-yard line.
Oh, boy.
13 to 15. Are you guys ready? 13 to 15. Are you guys set? Are you ready, guys? All right, on your mark. Get set. Hey, wait. I said, hey, not go. I want to see how good you guys are listening. You guys are supposed to be more disciplined. All right, here we go. On your mark. Get set. Go. Holy smokes. Woo! That's some speed, boys. Good job, good job. A big round of applause for our winners. Check out the Guahan Varsity Football League. They got some of your prizes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if we can get the Island Eagles youth team, as well as the board of the Guam National Youth Football Federation, to the middle of the field. We'd like to do a check presentation. Nice. Middle of the field.
Stiff. My neck is stiff. I'm Carlos.
Can we get an Island Eagle? Oh! All right, I hope you guys are just racing for pride. Because we don't have a prize. All right, can we get a representative from the Island Eagles out to the field? You got him? Okay, the first presentation on behalf of the Guahan Varsity Football League. The board of the Guahan Varsity Football League wishes to thank the Island Eagles organization for allowing them to use the field to host the 2017 Budweiser Football League. In appreciation of this service, the league is donating $1,000 to the Island Eagles Youth Organization. Congratulations and thank you. On behalf of President Paul Bloss, Vice President Liza Cruz, Secretary Cardi Macias, Treasurer Kathy Bloss, PRO Tim Sharoma, and the Commissioner Joey Guerrero. And now, can we get some representatives from the Guam National Youth Football League? If you're here and you played in the Guam National Youth Football League, go stand out at the 50-yard line with your president, Ivan Sharoma. If you are a youth football player and you're wearing your jersey, go stand. It doesn't matter, even if you're not wearing your jersey, go stand with your president at the 50-yard line. Come on, guys. Come on, kids. Let's get some of you guys out there. If you are in the Guam National Youth Football Federation and are a player, stand next to your president. Okay? All right, congratulations, Eagles. Thank you very much. Hang out there with everybody. And now the next presentation, on behalf of the Guahan Varsity Football League, in appreciation for all the work and allowing us to be here at beautiful House Angels Memorial Football Field, we'd like to present this check for $1,000 to the president of the Guam National Youth Football League. On behalf of Paul Bloss, the president of the Guahan Varsity Football League. Thank you, and we hope to do more of these events. Let's go, kids. If you guys are out there, go and get your picture. Eagles, jump in there with that picture. Eagles, jump in that picture. Those kids there, jump in that picture. Yeah, there you go, Steve. All right. Raiders, Eagles, Packers, Niners, Steelers, we got them all. Small, big. All right, thanks a lot, Ivan. We hope to have the championship game for the women's here also in about 7 weeks. Yeah. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, head out and get some refreshments. All right, ladies, boys and girls, can you please clear the football field? We're getting ready to get second half underway. Boys and girls, can you please clear the football field? All right, can we clear the football field, please? All right, can we get everyone off the field? Ready? All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful House Angels football field. If you're just joining us, we're getting ready to kick off the second half of this championship of the 2017 Budweiser Football League, hosted by the Guahan Varsity Football League. We'd like to take this opportunity before we begin to thank our sponsors, Ambrose Incorporated, proud distributors of Budweiser beer, the King of Beers, and the official beer of the BFL. If you're just joining us, the Eagles have a 14-0 lead off a pair of touchdowns. An 11-yard touchdown pass from number 13, DeRay Davis, to number 2, Justin Smith. And then right before the half ended, number 10, Tevin Hudson connected with DeRay Davis for a 73-yard touchdown. Chris Santos' 2 extra point kicks were perfect. And the score, your Eagles 14, your Raiders 0. We'll get ready to get this second half underway as soon as the teams can return to the field. All right, Terry Perkins is getting ready to kick off for the Raiders. The Raiders won the toss at the beginning of the game and elected to receive, so they'll be kicking off to the Eagles to begin this second half. Hudson, number 10, along with number 25, Calvin Sims, back deep to receive for the Eagles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for rejoining us. We are live here at the House Sharomo football field. The Guahan Varsity Football League second half getting ready to begin here. 14-0, the Eagles lead it. A huge touchdown pass, 73-yard touchdown bomb to Tevin Hudson to put to put up more points on the scoreboard after a dormant offensive game. It really wasn't until about maybe the 4-minute warning when the Eagles started to score. Some big injuries on the way of the Raiders. Well, the kickoff is off, and it's going to roll out of bounds, so that's a penalty.
You make them re-kick it here. Make them re-kick it.
As we were saying, the Raiders been hit with a couple of big injuries already. Safety Ryan Bigler left to believe is a neck injury. He gave some thumbs up and was talking, but he did had to leave via ambulance in the second quarter. And Big Mike Tamua, the offensive line for the Raiders, went down early in the first quarter. But since then, we've seen him walking around. I think he's going to try and suit up to get back on the field. But we are getting ready for a re-kick. And the kick is long. Sims waiting for it. He gets it. He's going to shift fields. He's going to get swallowed at the middle. Codalesi and Munya in on the stop.
Only problem with that run, he was going east and west. You know, he ran about 40 yards, but he went east and west, and that's never what you want to do. But hats off to the Eagles. Like I said, you know, they have nothing to lose, so they went for it. They gambled and won and put themselves in great field position. But now we're going to see how the Raiders respond. You got Big Mike up on the sideline, looking like he's going to try to game it and go in and make a statement that he is not going down without a fight.
DeRay Davis, 2 touchdowns already, 115 yards and 2 scores. One to Sims early, or I believe it was Justin Smith, the first touchdown, and then the Hudson bomb, 73 yards right before the half ended.
They have no safety. DeRay's going to try to go deep here.
Sandy Faharin filling in at the safety spot where Bigler usually resides. And it's a quick flare pass. And Thurman breaking one tackle, but Manny Cruz grabbing Thurman from the back and bringing him down. It'll be a loss. The Raider defense looking strong to begin this.
You know what happens there when you have that linebacker flying out there like that? It opens up a post, because if that linebacker flashes with that running back, that buys time. They have no safety in the middle. If you run the slot receiver in on a post, it's going to be wide open.
On the north side of the end zone next to Cocoa Sweet Treats. $2 to the run out. DeRay Davis, quarterback, sets up the offense for the Eagles.
Davis in the gun. 2 receivers out left and right. Thurman at his hip.
The post is there.
Davis going to hit the middle, or the right side. Check that. Broken up by VJ Borja. Keith Serber. Broken up by Valiant Borja. So third and
right away
14.
You see the Raiders trying to establish the physical nature that they had in the first quarter with tough hitting, and the Eagles are playing a more conservative game here right now, trying to protect their lead.
Actually, I think number 3 is actually Isu Mendiola, not Serber.
Number 4 is Isu Mendiola. Roster change on the fly, not Keith Serber. And Davis he's gonna get sacked, a big sack. Manny Cruz has been a problem for this offensive line all game. He's pumped up, and he put the Eagles way back.
So the Eagles have a 4th and forever. They are sitting at the ball.
Exactly what you did not want if you were the Eagles.
And they got to get to the 39-yard line.
They got to get it set up here. You don't want to give up anything crazy.
So they're going to punt it away. Pumpy Maglonia in the back. And the punt is a good punt.
There it
Pumpy
is.
has to track it down. He's got one man Kelvin Coney. Kelvin Coney gets blocked. Oh, Pumpy alive, and he's going. Using his blocks well, Pumpy. Oh, dipped and dodging everywhere. Pumpy Maglonia. Some shiftery. A big
He's
block
been doing
laid
that
out.
forever.
The kind of jump start the Raiders needed.
Yeah.
Big plays on defense and a big play from Pumpy Maglonia in special teams. So here we go, the Raiders, the defending champs, down 2 scores.
Boy.
Got good field position off the huge return by Pumpy Maglonia. He dodged about each player on that special teams twice.
Yeah. He dodged players on the special teams, people from the sidelines. Everybody. Little kids, everyone. You know, the thing you have to understand here, they are 3-time champions. And the Eagles put themselves in a bad position. Now they got to rely on their defense to play them out of it. Is Mike in at 100%?
Mike Tamoa, the offensive lineman on the left guard, was down early in the first quarter. He is making his first appearance since that injury.
I think they're going to try to get it to Hosea here.
And they go left to Mike. But Pumpy caught left. No gain.
All right, that was big Marvin Colbert, along with number 26, Kevin Alvarez, coming in to make the stop. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
Mike is gingerly limping there.
Hosea Ware in now for Maglonia.
Oh, boy. You don't want that kid outside.
Manabusin giving direction to Spade Antolon. Antolon, some big drops. Manabusin will drop back. He's going to get pressured. He rolls. Manabusin trying to fend it off. And they're going to get him for a sack. He looks like he stayed in bounds.
So big Mark Colbert having a big series there in the second half, starting for the Eagles.
Number 55, Marvin Colbert, did not allow Manabusin to get away there after he rolled out right.
Hey, tackling that guy is a feat in and of itself. Rarely will you see him go down in the backfield. Yeah, and that number 55 is playing inspired football. The defensive line for the Eagles are stepping up to the challenge. Defense wins championships. You had a great special teams play by Justin Smith with a great punt there. Pumpy answered with a great return of over 20 yards. They looked like they ran about 350 yards and dodged everybody 3 times.
So the Raiders.
They're going to bring him out. They got to go to him here.
The Raiders have been struggling on the offensive end, not able to find much. Their running game in the first half.
They're going to attack right over Big Mike here.
A run by Ware. He's got room, and he uses the block. Oh, he cuts through, and it will be officially brought down. Joffrey Limtiago on the stop, but a huge play created by some excellent blocking by the Raiders.
The linebacker jumped himself right out of the play.
Ware didn't have to do much special. It was excellent stuff by the offensive line.
I called it. I said they were going to attack right over Big Mike. Everyone had to know it. Number 33 playing linebacker jumped inside. I mean, there was a corner out there playing by himself, and you cannot go inside.
So now you're seeing the importance of Big Mike Tamoa. Even when he's not making the block, you feel the defense is respecting him and planning accordingly. And that hole was brought to you by that left side by Mark Mescon and
linebacker
Tamoa.
playing undisciplined here.
And Danny will drop, and he looks in the middle. He's going to try a pass. Tyler, a big breakup. Gavin West pumped up. Tyler Santos was thinking 6. Gavin West said no way. And he is fired up in the end zone. Gavin West, the safety for the Eagles. Terrific play breaking that one up. timed it perfectly.
Yeah.
Both balls incomplete, second down and 10.
Wow.
That was 6. If West didn't make that specific play, that was 6.
That was 6. The defensive line for the Eagles is standing and hand fighting and not getting any pressure.
Santos took a lick on that play, but he is right back there on the right side. Him and Jacob Torres on the right side.
Linebacker out here, I don't understand what he's doing.
Ware right up the middle, gonna get stuffed.
Let me tell you something.
Marcus Chu.
Chu, a big year for him. The defensive anchor for that Eagles defense.
So 2 big stops by the Eagles. 1 pass play broken up.
Ware picks up 2 yards on that carry, 3 yards on that carry.
And then Chu stuffing Ware for just a gain.
They got to have a smart defensive play here. They got to get pressure. Uh-oh, defensive confusion.
Oh, they burn a timeout. Oh, no, it looks like Danny Cepeda was able to. Some confusion, definitely. And it appears there has been a timeout by the Eagles to try and save that penalty,
you
and
can't
they do.
self-destruct like that. The coach calls you out, you got to come out.
So the Eagles call a timeout. We'd like to take this opportunity once again to thank you for being here and to invite you to partake in our concession stands. The GWTFL has some nachos and some other cool stuff. Check them out.
So just touching up on the Raiders real quick, you know, they were down 14-0 at the half, but like you said, you examined them every minute after facing that hole, and like you said, they really just didn't look like they were affected much by it.
No, you know, when you win 3 championships, you understand there are going to be good plays, bad plays. You understand that each play is a game in of itself. And so, you know, like I tell my players, you can't do anything about the last play. It's already gone. It's over. Next play. Get on the next play. And so as you saw the Raiders on the sideline, and Dana had him over there, and he was just talking to him calmly, like, hey, we've been here before. You understand what to do. Let's just do your job. We'll be okay. And it's reminiscent of how you saw the New England Patriots, who I'm not a fan of. I'm a Steeler fan, but it's championship teams have the same demeanor when put under stress. They're staying with the same set, a 2-by-1 set.
Man, Boostin with Hank the Tank out at fullback. Gonna fire out to Jacob Torres. Torres, it was a little too inside. Torres had to react on the fly. Didn't see the ball until it was in the air.
And it was a lot of pressure again. A lot of pressure.
So 4th down, you've got to believe the Raiders are going to try and go for this one.
I tell you what, if ITNE was looking to put on a outstanding, fabulous football game, they have done it. You know, I know, along with all the rest of our sponsors tonight, this has been an exciting. This is what you want a championship football game to be. We're 4th down inside the red zone. You got the 3-time defending champions with their backs up against the wall.
4th down and 9. The Raiders shutting by 14 points. They're going to go for it.
The epic Budweiser Guahan Varsity Football League is coming to its end.
It may be a quick pass out to the right here.
Still midway through the 3rd quarter, the Raiders down 14-0. They are in the red zone. And Boostin on 4th down shoots a pass to Pompey Manglonia. Manglonia took a lick.
No good.
But in on the break, Gavin West was there with Marcus Chu to break up the play. Pompey down. They're tending to him now, but Gavin West, the safety, coming up with another big play.
Yeah, that's just a good football play.
The pass a little underthrown. Pompey chasing it to the ground and West beating them to it.
That's just a good football play. Nothing to be excited about. It's just a good football play.
So Pompey's injury going to be walking off the field, but even more pressing for the Raiders. They just gave the ball up in the red zone on downs. So here come the Eagles. First and 10 at about the 15.
Just a good football play there.
So the Raiders first and 10 from about the 14-yard line. Take over on downs. Raiders unable to
So the Raider defense now
in the red zone.
needing another big stop.
Sets up his offense. A new running back checks in. That makes it
DeRay
number
Davis in the
You
gun.
got a mismatch out here with Smith. They're playing off coverage here.
Davis gonna
Davis.
fake right, go deep. Oh, Justin Smith had it in his gloves. He's upset he missed that one. That was possibly his second score. He had a
That will keep you up at night.
Storm Rosario on the coverage, was beat on the break by Smith.
That will keep you up at night if they lose this game.
Smith, the big drop to possibly put the Raiders in an even deeper hole than they are, down 14-0 right now. And another throw that was, we got to mention, that was in the vicinity of what normally would have been Ryan Bigler's zone.
Yeah.
The safety for the Raiders, who was brought out by ambulance after an injury in the second quarter.
DeRay Davis.
DeRay Davis sets up again. JT Thurman checks in at running back for the Eagles.
And a
You
name we
gotta make
haven't
a good throw here.
been mentioning much tonight, Kelvy Coney, the Raiders, doing their homework and making sure Kelvy Coney, the most dangerous receiver, not much of a factor today, but Davis has found his other targets.
Smart, smart, smart.
Davis under
Smart.
pressure. Lets it fly before he wanted to. Ball falls incomplete. Brings up third down.
Now, Kelvy Coney said in the championship game preview that he knew he was going to get a lot of defensive attention, and he called out his receiving corps. His teammates said that they better have had a big game if he was going to seek so much defensive pressure. And so far to this point, the receiving corps has stepped up.
Yeah, except for that one that Smith dropped right there. It's been offense that has come up big when they needed to.
Davis and the Eagles set up their offense. Tom,
You got the win at your back here.
Davis on 3rd and 10. Justin Smith in motion. And he's going to fake right. He's going to look for some room. He's going to... Oh, DeRay Davis avoiding a sack and will get some positive yards.
That was the best possible scenario there.
Pocket collapsed very quickly. Davis able to spin around and find some room, find some positive yards. So 4th and 5, the Eagles gonna punt it away. So this Raiders defense right now is giving their offense every opportunity to try and come back here.
Yeah, and the offense on that one gave the Raiders defense the best of all situations. They have a man uncovered out here.
So Pumpy Maglonia had a big return earlier. We'll see how they approach kicking it to him here. Smith.
Oh,
Punt is good.
another beautiful kick.
Oh, that's going to bounce. And the Eagles are going to down it at the 33.
About the 33-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Raider football.
So a great punt by Smith.
Great. He had to do something after that drop. I'm going to get on him after that. Hit him right in the hands. The clock is ticking. Again, the special teams play has flipped the field. The Eagles were able to get out of that and gain 50 yards and pin the Raiders back to their side of the field. They can't make another mistake in their linebacking core when you have someone as dangerous as Jose Ware back there. There's a bend, don't break type defense, and West came up and made 2 great plays.
So the safety, Gavin West, floating around all over the field, denying the Raiders passing game much today.
Manabusen, the offensive MVP, trying to get something started here for the Raiders. Manglonia in the backfield for the Raiders.
Look for him to try to hit Hosea out in the flats here.
Hosea in at fullback. And Manabusen will get it to Pumpy. Play action.
Yep, you could see it. He was lined up tight there. The linebacker wasn't fooled. Number 69, Cruz, did a great job of recognizing that. That could have gone for a lot. The Raider offense is now going to go, I predict, through Hosea Ware. Follow him. And in a situation like that, you assign a person to a player. And wherever Hosea goes, you want someone with him to make sure he does not have the ball. You got to get some pressure here on the edge.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Manabusen sets up the offense. Ware and Manglonia in the back.
Ball at their own 32. A run by Pumpy Manglonia. Manglonia, short gain
Short pickup as
of about 2 yards. 3rd and 7.
Number 44, Justin Beneventi. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders.
The Eagles there did something I haven't seen them do all game. They did a stunt. They did a defensive tackle, tight end, defensive tackle and defensive end stunt. We call it a 35 twist. The 3 technique and the 5 technique twisted, and they twisted right into the play. And what they're doing is taking advantage of Big Mike's inability to move here with that knee. And so they're twisting and making plant on that knee and push off on it, which he's unable to do here. So watch Hosea.
3rd and 7. Manabusen drops back. Oh, he got rushed
Fumble.
clean, and he fumbles it away. Ace Lambert, number 51, with the strip sack. And the Eagles trying to recover. Then they do at the 30. For the first time, you saw someone go untouched on that Eagles defense.
There was another stunt on the other side, and they confused the offense or the 5 technique came across. He picked up both the guys, both the guard and the tackle, and the defensive end. Well, the tackle or the 3 technique looped around and stripped the ball.
So this is very dangerous waters right now for the Raiders. They have given the Eagles terrific field position.
And more importantly, they're going downhill. They're going downhill. They're not running uphill. This field's on a little bit of an incline. And so the Eagles have momentum at their back. They switch their center. The centers.
So here we go. Eagles spread offense in the shotgun. They've been working the aerial game all evening long. And they fake it. And Castro going to find some room. Raiders completely expecting pass on that play. A draw worked up perfectly. But a penalty.
Oh, he jumped up and threw the ball down. He threw the ball down.
Keith Castro, a big gain. A little too overzealous on his celebration.
Wow.
Will probably cost his
15
big play.
yards. Wow.
So your 15 seconds of fame.
Let me tell you something. That will give a coach a coronary. You hurt the entire team.
All right, so unsportsmanlike conduct against the Eagles
Wow.
We're moving back 15 yards, but they'll still have a
That's what you would call 15 seconds of fame.
Yeah.
Big
I
run,
don't
big penalty.
expect to see him back in the game.
Castro, a huge gain on the draw play. The Raiders expecting pass, allowing him to break free, but then the celebration will put them back 15 yards from the spot. Repeat down. So 1st and 15 for the Eagles.
It'll be 1st and 10.
No, first down.
It was a
They'll
post.
get the first down.
No, they shouldn't be moving.
And they'll
Why is
just
the
assess a
change
15-yard penalty on dead ball penalty.
They made the first down, and then they got the penalty. That's why they brought it back first down. Oh, they got Smith out here one-on-one. Give him a chance to redeem himself.
Davis in the
They
gun.
got Smith out here one-on-one. He's going to throw to him. They got Smith one-on-one.
Davis going to hit his receiver in the slot. Short gain.
Don't run back into where there are huge linebackers who will knock your kidneys out.
Keith Novak on the grab, a gain of about 4. Novak was the recipient of the Eagles' first pass, first completion, that is, in the first quarter. And he's short gain, 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
To go for the Eagles. The ball spotted at about the 30-yard line.
The Raiders here have to stop him here. You got 14 out here on Smith. Now they're going into a shell, a cover 2 shell almost.
Davis sticking in the gun.
You got 5 guys on 5 guys. You should be able to block this and run.
Davis looking inside, batted away by Lujan.
If you look at where the depth of the offensive line there, they were back in Davis's lap.
Third down.
This is where that penalty took them out of field goal range. A young player like that does not understand the impact of that penalty. You were down inside of the 15-yard line, and because of you jumping up and spiking the ball, they are now out of field goal range. You cannot overcome youthful mistakes in a championship game.
The Raider defense,
They got to go to Smith on this.
Third down and 6. DeRay Davis
7 yards to go for the Eagles
Thurman in the backfield.
for a first down.
Smith is one-on-one out here. They only need 6 yards.
And Thurman in motion. Davis alone in the backfield. Going to lay it out to Thurman. Wide open was Thurman.
On the scene, Tallard.
The motion man gets the ball right in the center of that Raiders secondary, and then just
DeRay Davis is putting on a clinic.
Having a great game.
He is putting on a clinic.
Davis missed the first 3 weeks of the season due to an injury, but since his return, the Eagle offense has looked outstanding, and they continue to look that way here in the championship game with that connection to Thurman, putting them 10 yards away from another
This might
score.
be a backbreaker.
So first and goal from the 9. The Eagles set up DeRay Davis with Thurman in the backfield.
9 yards to go for the Eagle offense. And Thurman going to get a quick shot to Smith. Smith wrapped up by Valiant
Oh,
Borja.
what a great play. Now,
Second down and goal to go. Maybe a yard. So second and goal from the
Smith has been the
what
Their
they
main
do,
receiver today.
what they do with a play like that, they come back to that play, fake that, get the cornerback to come up, and then fade it over his shoulder. Smith has great, DeRay Davis has great touch on his passes. So you got to stop and go here to the corner to Smith and let him out jump that guy. He's got the height advantage on that guy here.
so every play becoming more or bigger than the last for the Raider defense.
Yeah. In press coverage, stop and go here.
Davis gives it to
A
Thurman.
draw up the middle. Thurman churning his way, gets stopped right before the goal line.
Joe John Kanata, along with someone.
The outside linebacker, Joe John Kanata, making the stop.
He's limping a little bit. 14 is there.
JT Thurman on the draw, a gain of about 7.
By about 3 or 4 yards, making it 3rd and goal from about the 3. Ray Davis sets up his offense, directing traffic.
Davis in the gun, 3rd and short.
Davis
Gonna fling it to Smith. Smith almost came down with it. VJ Borja, though, great coverage. Batted away, 4th down.
Smith
And Chris Santos, the kicker, coming in for the Eagles. They're gonna try and put 3 points up to make this a 3-possession
These
game.
3 points are crucial.
So Santos is going to be kicking from about his 10-yard line. This will be a 20-yard field goal attempt, well within Santos' range.
These 3 points are crucial.
Santos 2 for 2 on his PATs right now. This one about 10 yards farther than what he's normally used to kicking as far as
And
PAT
you got
goes.
DeRay holding. Smith normally is the holder, I think. Let's see if it affects anything.
Smith having to take a quick exit after the defensive breakup by Valiant Borja on 3rd down. Snap is good, hold looks good, and Santos is right through the middle. That is a dead-eye shot, 17-0. The Eagles lead it.
Your Eagles 17, your Raiders 0.
That was so important for the Eagles to come away with points there. To extend the lead, it is now a 3-score game. But again, if Jose Ware is back there, do not kick the ball to him.
Seems like Ware's going to be walking out the field. It looks like Spade Ansalon is going to take his spot as the return man.
So the Eagles take a 17-0 lead here in the 3rd quarter. As we get set up for the kickoff, we'd like to remind you once again, the GWTFL, Cocoa Sweet Treats and Cake and Bake have some food stuff and some drinks for you, as well as some beer for $2. Budweiser beer for $2 under the brown canopy check next to the Cocoa Sweet Treats trailer.
You want to put the ball in the hands of number 17. He seems to be a younger guy. He's made some mistakes tonight. And so if you're on the defensive side of the ball here, you're the special teams coach or responsible for special teams. You want to make him make a decision.
So Chris Santos getting ready to kick it off after knocking down that field goal to put the Eagles up 17-0. Raider offense struggling to find anything really. A pair of turnovers. That last fumble led to that score. And Spade Ansalon will field it. He walks. Spade Ansalon using his blockers, but then eventually gets dragged down at the 24-yard line.
By Spade Ansalon, number 9. That was Raymond Cruz, along with number 16, Brian Mantle.
So in come the Eagles defense, who to this point has been making big plays since the 2nd quarter, where they've been able to really just figure out the Raider passing game, not allowing much through the air, and the running game as well.
Okay, so you have a situation here. You got the champion down. You got him down. You have to finish.
A 24-yard return by Spade Ontalon.
You can't let up.
With the Raiders trailing by a score of 17-0. First and 10, Raider ball.
You're going to see a lot of twists. They're going to try to stay away from Big Mike. His only threat now is if you run to him. You see them running around him to make him use that injured leg of his and put himself out of position.
We are still in the third quarter. We got to be in the late stages of the third quarter. This is a long quarter.
Manabusen sets up the offense.
Manabusen.
Manabusen to Magnolia.
Handoff to Pumpy. Magnolia will get stopped immediately.
Got the football, number 33. That was Curly Chandler coming in to make the stop.
Curly Chandler,
Gotta-
the
you
end
gotta
for the
play it
Eagles.
down.
So Chandler,
Downed
former
Eagle.
Angel,
No, but he's going to get off on his own power.
representing well here for the Eagles.
Isu Mendiola down, but he's going to, or
And that was number 4, big number 44.
number 44.
Justin Beneventi.
Justin Beneventi walking off on his own power.
Second
So
down
second and 10
Raiders.
for the Raiders.
Yeah,
Another
number,
running play stuffed.
number 12 over here is Crampin.
Joffrey Limtiaco, the corner for the Eagles right now.
He's fighting through it.
Manabusen sets up the offense. Jose Ware and Magnolia in the backfield for the Raiders.
It's Manabusen under center. Will
Manabusen
drop
drops
back.
to pass. He's being rushed.
Pressured. Good blocking by Pumpy. And a big, another
Oh.
dropped pass by Jacob Torres. Gavin West on the play with Warfield with the assist, but there are flags, so we will see what happens.
There are like 15 flags, I think.
A very catchable ball dropped.
All right, let's see what we got.
So we'll see what the penalty is. Head ref John Beneventi on the call.
We have 2 fouls on the play. We have personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense. And an illegal block in the back. And offsetting penalties.
Wow. So offsetting penalty.
Repeat second down.
And then repeat second down. So the unnecessary roughness went against the Eagles. And
Jacob Torres, usually a sure-handed receiver, has had quite a few drops today. That one
Yeah.
very important for the offense. They're trying to move the ball downfield, and he's usually Manabusen's #1 target. Today hasn't been so much that story.
Everybody has an off night.
And it brings up second down and 10.
You just pray and hope it's not in the championship game.
Right. It happens. Again, they're staying away from Big Mike.
So Danny, play action, will hit Hank Mendiola, or Hank
And another ball.
the Tank Cruz, sorry. Marcus Chu breaking it up. Manabusen to Cruz. So only one more quarter to go. If there were any,
This is a championship quarter. They got to score 3.
if there were any chance for the Raiders to come back in this one, this drive is a little more important than it normally would have been. So we're going to begin the fourth quarter, 3rd and 10. We'll start that quarter as soon as we get back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Thanks for tuning in.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against iTeeny's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. iTeeny's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at ITNE. ITNE has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at ITNE. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Kevin Oliver is putting on the pressure. Marvin Colbert finishing off Manabusen.
Thanks for tuning in again. We are back. 3rd and 10 for or 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Marvin Colbert on the sack on Danny Manabusen. The Raiders, beginning of the 4th quarter, that was the first play of the 1st quarter of the Guahan Varsity Football League championship game. 17-0, the Eagles lead it. So if you're the Eagles, you're 1 quarter away from the first ever football championship in club history. And if you're the Raiders, you're facing the steepest uphill battle, and their offense not able to establish much this game, struggling. 4th and 14. And it's going to be a punt, a good punt. It's going to bounce all the way down to the 2019. What a punt, what a bounce. The Raiders are claiming the Eagles touched it.
No. No.
The ref's not buying into it.
What a punt. First of all, the ball was on the ground when it got to him. He picked it up. It may seem inconsequential right now, but again, a special teams play like that from what could have been a muff punt, 70 yards maybe? Wow. The Eagles now have to hit them quick while they're on their heels.
Eagles in the driver's seat, up 17-0.
You just have to play smart. The clock is your friend here.
Ray Davis sets up his offense.
Davis in the gun. 2 receivers split out left and right. Mojica, first time in the backfield, will get a carry. Oh, he gets puts on his dancing shoes and gets, but he gets lit at the end of that. So it'll be a loss of about 2 yards. Joe John Canazza first on the play.
Assisted by the chairman of the board. A loss on the play by Mojica brings up 2nd down and 12 to go for the Eagles. Davis sets up his offense with Mojica in the backfield.
Davis again from the gun, 2nd and about 12 for the Eagles. Davis will hit Kelvin Coney. Coney drops immediately. Oh, that's not Kelvin Coney. That's Derek Mitchell. Number 11, Derek Mitchell. Looked like number 1 from our point of view.
Yeah, you never got a chance to see his whole uniform. That was a smart play by that young man to get down, keep the clock running.
Mitchell about a 5-yard gain.
3 yards. Making it 3rd down and a long 7 to go for the Eagles.
So 3rd and about 8 for the Eagles, sticking with the gun formation. Mojica still in the backfield. And Coney out left. Davis gonna fire off to Coney. Coney in double coverage. Oh, he had it.
Oh my goodness.
Highlight reel material just off the fingertips through double coverage. Sandy Farron and Storm Rosario in on the coverage, make it tough. And Coney nearly grabbed it. Slipped out of his fingertips at the end, but he's still down. The down man for the Eagles.
That's a little bit of pain and a lot of pride right there when you drop one like that.
Coney has been held in check this game. Dangerous receiver
Play
for
like
the
that, a
Eagles.
little bit of pain, a lot of pride in missing that ball, keep a player down.
So 4th and about 8 for the Eagles. They're going to bring out their punting unit.
DeRay Davis and the quarterback for the Eagles, Danny.
The head coach, Danny, or the Raiders quarterback,
The
Danny
Raiders,
Manabusen.
Danny Manabusen have all put the ball in their receivers' hands all night long.
Coney taking a jog off the field after his mix-up with Sandy Farron and Storm Rosario.
Oh, no. They got Ashton back there punting the ball.
Ashton Adams, the fullback, gonna show some leg.
All right, so there's holding on that last play, and it was declined, so now we have a 4th down situation.
Oh, boy. This could get interesting here. This could get interesting.
Ashton Adams, the fullback, gonna show some leg and a decent punt.
You got to get on that ball.
Gonna let it bounce. And Mendiola downs it at the 39-yard line.
Wow. He doesn't look like he's flexible, but he got his foot on that one. Justin Smith, when he missed that ball in the corner, the cornerback landed on his kicking foot. And so he limped off to the sideline. I'm pretty sure that's why we didn't see him punting on that play. Now the defense has to come out and hold him.
And Manabusen, the percentage, his completion percentage will fool you. He's been putting the ball in great spots tonight. Just some tough drops by the receivers today.
Yeah. It is now unbelievably 10 minutes, 51 seconds to go. Only 1 minute and 9 seconds went off in that series. You get that.
Manabusen.
A lot of incomplete passes.
It'll be a run by Jose Ware. Ware looking outside. Stuffed. A 2-yard gain. Manny Cruz of the Eagles wrapping up Ware for a 4-yard gain.
6 to go after that 4-yard pickup by Jose Ware.
Number 17 shaking up on that play.
Spade Unsalon walking off. with a
Very
little limp.
gingerly.
So 10 minutes of action still to play for the Raiders.
Yeah. A lot of passes by the Eagles in that first series there. Didn't get the clock moving as much as they should have.
Manabusen sets up the offense with Ware and Perkins in the backfield.
So another handoff to Ware. Hole closed up really quickly. The Eagles able to drag him down.
That was number 5. Gage Tovis making a stop.
Number 5, Gage Toves coming up with a stop, no gain, or a gain of 1 only. 3rd and 5 for the Raiders.
The clock
So
is
Jose
ticking.
With about a yard pickup on that play, brings up 3rd and 5.
Clock is ticking here. The Eagles trying to finish.
Oh, I had to jump on the line. No flags, though. Ware will get his way left. He's going to bounce to the outside. Pushed out of bounds. Calvin Sims, the stop. Saw a little movement on the defensive line there. Refs missed that one, but
yeah,
regardless.
And when you move like that and you're in the middle of backpedaling to try to get back, great back like Ware is going to take advantage of that every time. If you're moving back and he's moving forward, he wins.
17-0 with time winding down here.
So the Raiders in need of a lot right now. Ware going to walk off after that big run. Manabusen under center in the eye.
They can't let up here.
Manabusen hands off to Tank. No, he's going to keep it on a play action, but he's going to be sacked, wrapped up. Number 52, T. Worthy. But a penalty in. We'll see what they call him for.
We have flags on both sides. Oh, we have a flag on the field. Let's see what they call it.
Illegal formation by the offense. Declined, so a sack will stand for Worthy. A big sack. Read the play perfectly. Play action didn't fool him. So 2nd and 20 now for the Raiders.
The clock is running. The clock is running toward destiny for the Eagles. What a great game. What a great game. You know, even with the score 17-0, it's still not over yet for the Raiders. In football, all you need is one good play to get you started.
So about 2nd and 19 for the Raiders.
Here we go.
Manabusen lined up in the eye. He's going to drop back. He's going to fire to VJ Borja. Borja passed too far wide. Borja had to dive to try and make a play on it. No good.
That's the first pass that he's been off a little bit on. As a former quarterback, I give him 1.
So 3rd and very long for the Raiders.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, man. You got to be disciplined here if you're on defense. The Raiders are looking for one spark of life.
And Manabusen will operate in the gun. Torres and Santos out left. Pumpy out right. Snap was high. Manabusen gonna let it fly in the end zone. Jacob Torres intercepted by Sims. His 2nd interception. 2nd interception by Sims. Gets lit up by Pumpy. But Sims 2 interceptions today. And some chatter going on.
We have flags all on the field.
Somebody has come all the way onto the field, a fan on the field there.
Not wearing pads, so he's not one of the players. Easy
No.
to spot out right there in the middle. But Sims a huge play. Manabusen taking a chance, trying to hit Torres deep. The secondary of the Eagles, they've been all over it all game long.
Turnover by Sims, the 2nd interception of the night against Manabusen. The Eagles will start off 1st and 10. At about the 30. Let's see where they spot. We'll see
So
after-
turnovers. Big on the Raiders right now. They've coughed up the ball 3 times.
On the Raiders. 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so we'll see where this 15-yard penalty after that play.
So 15 yards. The Eagles will get out of danger
At the 42-yard line. Time check, Mr. B.
with that play.
6 minutes, 11 seconds.
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
A lot has to go right for the Raiders.
A lot has to go right.
Under 500 seconds.
Would you be surprised if the Eagles come out passing the ball?
No,
And
I would not.
champions, But 6 minutes and 11 seconds is still a lot.
I would have words with the coach after the game, though.
So the Eagle offense has really come to life
17 points.
late in the second quarter.
Yeah, you got big Ashton Adams back there.
Brings up
Yeah,
his offense.
you just milk the clock here. Milk it.
Castro back in along with Ashton Adams.
Davis handoff to Castro.
Castro, nowhere to go.
He's making his second carry. Castro
There to make the stop.
That was a great disciplined defensive play by number 37. He reached in there, looked like he had the face mask, and immediately he threw the hands up, but the running back was very smart there. He immediately got down on the ground. I'm quite sure after that last penalty that his ears are still ringing from the coaches on the sideline.
Aleo Luhani on the stop for a 1-yard loss. Castro with his second carry, or on the stat sheet, that'll be his first carry because the penalty wiped off his first good carry.
Yeah.
But he's back in it, getting some PT with the champs
The Eagles.
against the ropes. The Eagles in control of the offense
Yes.
right now. Davis going to take a snap.
Smart play, DeRay Davis.
Once again, making a stop.
Attacking the middle,
Yeah.
keeping the clock running, more importantly.
Burning up the clock. They have third down and looks like a long or short 6 for them. After that run by.
We're going to be coming up on a 4-minute warning. It's been my great pleasure to call this game with you tonight, and it is always a pleasure. Shout out to my family who's at home watching, my family here, the wife, and my son. And it's just been a pleasure to call another game with you.
Always a pleasure, Coach, having one of the more meticulous football minds giving us some valuable presence here in this GVFL championship game broadcast brought to you by ITE. Ashton Adams, the big carry up the middle. Going to keep the clock running, going to keep
he's
himself
still
churning.
going.
He might just have the first down. Loses his helmet. And that's a first down, I believe. Yeah, clear first down. So more time, chunks of time.
Adams rumbles his way through. Gets a whole new set of downs for the Eagles.
They're 4 minutes away from a new
That
champion,
looked like,
possibly.
yeah.
4-minute warning.
246 seconds left to go for the Eagles' day with destiny.
ITE bringing you this broadcast, special broadcast tonight. Shout out to the Shooting Star production team of helping us, GSPN and Budweiser for running the league. All of this coming together tonight for this very entertaining championship game. Davis in the gun, 4 minutes left in the ball game. And the Eagles in complete control, up 17-0.
Davis runs back to throw.
Davis gonna let it fly. He's gonna hit Hudson, and Hudson will get another big catch.
Very close to another first down, but short by about maybe 2.
I want to say maybe Hudson's catch before halftime was really the I guess, a statement play for the game. It just seemed like the Raiders were in it up until that play.
Hey, there's Bigler. He's back.
For Hudson, who caught a 73-yard touchdown bomb.
Isn't that him, right?
Ray Davis with time running out in the first
Oh,
half.
yep.
Good to see
Ryan
him
Bigler,
back.
the safety who had to leave via ambulance, is actually just back on the sideline in street clothes. So good to see him up and walking around. He took a injury exit at the second quarter and exited earlier via ambulance, but he rushed right back here to support his team. You know, it just goes to show the bond that these guys have. Win or lose, you're going to come back and, you know, be with your guys.
Yeah. They can smell it now.
Davis, handoff to Thurman. Thurman weaving his way, will get stopped. Joe John Kanata.
To make the stop. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, if you love football, football doesn't stop tonight. The ending of the Guam Varsity Football League does end, but the kickoff prior to was the Guam Women's Tackle Football League, and they're going to continue action tomorrow at UOG. If
Really?
you're in the mood for some football, that league just started today, so we still got lots of football left on Guam for the weekends.
Wow, that's awesome. You know, back in 2011, I was fortunate enough to help start the Women's Football League. Linda Salas, Marge Leon Guerrero, and I launched that league, and look at where they are now. 6 years later, still going strong. And then you got the lady, we got Legacy.
Legacy, they are the
Five-time champions.
five-time champions, and they won earlier today in the tip-off in a rematch against the Steel Blazers. 16-0 they won. And Thurman, the carry for the Eagles. Oh, he's going to go way back. Going way back.
You just have to. You're at a point now where you have to win like champions. All right, you got to win like champions here. Outside of a miracle,
So that big loss pushes them back fourth down.
you're gonna have.
Time running down.
Down by 3 scores, the Raiders are 17-0.
Have we gotten to 4 minutes yet?
We are under 4 minutes. Well under 4 minutes.
Going on. Ashton Adams setting up to punt. And we have delay.
And a delay of game penalty for the Eagles.
5-yard penalty. Time running down in the ballgame.
Not time to celebrate yet. You see that on the Eagles sideline. They got to get that under control. Football is fast. You don't celebrate until there's triple zeros on our clock, which we can't see. But when they say.
The Raiders dropping back to recover the punt. Ashton Adams,
Oh.
the big man, a great punt. Sandy Verheeren going to field it. Kelvin Coney with the stop.
Oh, what a tackle. He hadn't done anything tonight to speak of for on the offensive side, but that was a great tackle.
24-yard line. Trailing by a score 17-0 with how much time? 1 minute.
1 minute remaining, and this may be the Raiders' last offensive possession of the season.
1 minute, 19 seconds. 19 seconds. 19 seconds left to go.
Oh, 19 seconds. Check that. Not 1 minute.
The Eagles.
The celebration party is begun
Yeah,
on the sideline
yeah.
for the Eagles.
They won.
7 years this organization has been a football club on Guam, and they are mere seconds away from their first victory.
19 seconds. Nothing to lose coming in.
And then a 17-yard bomb. 17-yard bomb to number 10, Kevin Hudson. Chris Santos comes in with a 2-point, the extra point conversion, and a 3-yard field goal.
17-0.
17-0.
Danny Manabusin in the gun. Gonna
They
try
got-
and end this one
they got
out.
trips left.
19 seconds to go.
Manabusen dials up a deep ball, and it's nearly picked off by Joffrey Limtiaco.
There is going to be some kind of celebration tonight. Oh.
The Eagles have about 10 seconds left.
This is it.
10 seconds left to call themselves champions for the first time ever in adult football history.
Celebration party is underway. 10 seconds left in this finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, clean up in the areas around you and dispose of the trash properly. And receptacles provided by you, for you by the Guahan Varsity.
I think the thing that was most impressive was it's a shutout.
Second down and 10. Manabusen.
I would have never guessed that.
The first time the Raiders have been shut out, I believe, ever. They have won the titles every season until today, and this will be the first shutout.
That should do
The
it.
Raiders, that's it. The Eagles have won. They are going crazy on the sideline, rightfully so. They have earned the right to call themselves champions of the Guahan Varsity Football League.
Wow.
The first championship in football club history.
Great, 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 great game. Wow. Great game.
I want to take this opportunity once again on behalf of the Guahan Varsity Football League to thank you all for being here tonight. We want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Ambrose Incorporated, proud distributors of Budweiser Beer, the King of Beer, and proud and official beer of the BFL. Want to take our hats off to both teams.
Hey, thanks for joining us. We're going to end the broadcast soon, but we wanted to give a big shout out to IT&E for hosting the broadcast.
Definitely.
And Shooting Star Production for allowing us to set up and have everything set up and bring this game to you live. Coach, quickly before we go, the Eagles 17-0 champions. What was most surprising to you about the game? I mean, the champs came out and played hard, but in the end, the Eagles will walk away with a dominant 17-0 victory.
I think it came down, like I said earlier, special teams played a great part in it, but they had nothing to lose. You saw that at the end of the first half. I was calling for them, just kneel it, take it. But, they played with heart. They played with gusto. Hats off to Joey. Hats off to Danny. Hats off to DeRay Davis, MVP, my choice for MVP, DeRay Davis. He put on a masterful performance tonight, showed why he led the team to where they are right now as champions. Congratulations to the Eagles organization, to all the Eagles family members out there. You deserve it. And to the Raiders, they played valiantly with a lot of losses. They never made excuses.
Yeah.
They played very valiantly down to the wire and didn't give up. But tonight belongs to the Eagles.
Yep. The Raiders definitely hit with a couple of big injuries throughout the season. Throughout the game. Check that. Ryan Bigler went down with an injury. Offensive lineman Mike Tomo went down with an injury. But coming from them, they're not going to make any excuses tonight. They're humble in victory and defeat, so they're going to take this loss like the champs that they are. Yes, you're right. Tonight belonged to the Eagles, and DeRay Davis put on a show today. Offense took a little while to get going, but once it did, Davis got really comfortable real quick.
You look at both quarterbacks; they made a lot of great throws. But this is good for football on Guam. It is, competition breeds success.
All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you again to IT&E Shooting Star Production. I'm Robert Balahudja, Coach Jake Dowdell on the broadcast.
Thank you so much. Thanks to the Dynamos for supporting your teachers. Education first.
Thanks for joining us.
To watch this live podcast and rebroadcast at www.guahansportsnetwork.com.
Good job, guys.
Make sure you download it. Make sure you like the pages. And make sure you continue to support the Guam Football League on Guam. Special shout out to ESPN, IT&E, and Shooting Star Production. Awesome season. Make sure you guys pick up the trash and dispose of it in the proper receptacles.
Robbie, I'll text you all the stats.
Thank you.
Okay.